Beastars opening are some of the most creative for sure. So fun to check out. Oh no! Okay, that's a brother. An evil brother. What? Okay. What is this? This one is hectic. This opening is very chaotic. Oh my god, look at that. Bro's looking a little demented. This is beautiful. This is a really well done opening. Holy shit. What is this anime about? This is a banger though, holy shit. Hi guys, Jasmer from the future here. I'm just bringing you guys some really important information that you might like to know. So I recently uploaded a video, you can check that video out, I will put a link to the description below, where I am announcing a poll for the channel. And in that poll there are 60 anime series that I've checked out openings and endings for on the channel already. And in that poll you guys can decide which anime series I will be reacting to episodes of. So I'm putting that entirely in your guys' hands. There are 60 series and you get to choose 5 of those, with your first choice vote being the most important. You know, I'm doing a point system. So if you would like more information on that point system and how that works, you can find that video in the description below. And I will also just include a link straight to the poll in the description below, where you guys can go and vote for your favorite series, some of which do appear in this video. I will not spoil which, but some of them do appear in the poll that are in this video, so that's very exciting. And if you want your favorite to win, please go vote over on the poll down below. I'm not going to take up much more of your time. We are going to move straight on to the video. I hope you guys enjoy. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be tackling the second half of 2024. In this video, we are going to be checking out openings that I've never seen before that aired in the second half of 2024. I'm very excited for this. It's been a while since I recorded the first set because of the holiday season, and then I got sick, so I had to take like 1-2 weeks off from recording. It was pretty long time, so that's why uploads were also pretty scattered and very scarce. But we are back and we're hoping to have a more consistent upload schedule, and that will hopefully start with this. And yeah, I don't really know what's going to be in this video. If I was to guess, I would guess some of the series that we've checked out openings for prior to this, you know, like Blue Lock, Beastars, Oshi no Ko, stuff like that. But other than that, I don't really know, and I'm really excited to see what we're going to get today. I think there will be a little more than 13 openings in this video. I'm not entirely sure. Pinecino's keeping that close to his chest, so we'll just check this out. And yeah, whatever comes, and it's going to be very exciting. We're all looking forward to it. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know which your favorite opening in this video was. Any openings you're surprised weren't here. For context, I have already seen the opening for DANdism. Obviously, I have it on the channel, and I have seen the opening for Bleach. So I'm assuming they won't be in this video simply because I've already seen them. I already have my reactions uploaded to the channel. Other than that, it's fair game. And yeah, just let me know any surprises that weren't in this video that you're maybe shocked by, and we can maybe check them out down the line at some other point. But yeah, let's just check out opening number 1 right now. Let's see what it is that we get. All right, so here we go. Opening number 1. Let's see what we get. Really interested to know what we're going to get in this one, because the last set was very fun to check out. Beastars, okay. That's a strong start. Another real artsy opening. Oh, is that real? I really like this. Really cool opening. I love that they're using like cutout paper next to like actual real imagery. Beastars opening are some of the most creative for sure. So fun to check out. These are all new characters that I've never seen before in these openings. A girl wolf? But it's still a very, very beautiful opening as well. Like, holy shit. How do they do it? Studio Orange. That's how they do it. It looks like they're in that one area at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2 right now with all the buildings. Reaching up. Okay, it almost looked like he was in a prison there, the way it pulled out. Oh, what a fun opening to start with. Real quick, I'll just explain what I meant right here. So if anyone's played Kingdom Hearts 2 before, you know the final boss rush, essentially, where you're fighting the final boss like 5 different times. There's like a section where you're floating in the air and all these buildings are coming flying at you. That's what this reminded me of. If you've never played Kingdom Hearts 2, you won't get the reference. I'll maybe throw up an image to kind of show what I mean. This is Beastars Final Season, released just a few weeks ago as batches of episodes by Orange. This is specifically part 1 of the final season, with the next part being released next year. Really? As in next year, 2026? The staff remains mostly the same from prior seasons, and boy does it show, as it is still as incredible as it's always been. The song is Into the World by Issei. Oh, 2025. Okay, so we will see the end of Beastars in 2025. I wonder when that will release. Probably going to be winter again, right? Yeah, this was absolutely incredible. I don't know how Studio Orange just does it so consistently every time. It is absolutely a treat to watch. Like, it's so good. Let me just like watch some of this again real quick. The use of, let me see this shot right here where it's showing a real shoe tripping, and then the paper cutout, and yeah, he's actually tripping over. It's just a really fun opening. The opening didn't have much in terms of vocals. Yeah, it was very instrumental a lot of the times, with kind of doing ad-libs. It's almost like ad-libs a lot of the time in this opening, with like, you know, the sounds like oh yeah, and stuff like that. But when there is singing, like, I really do like the voice. It's reminding me of, I've got an opening in my head and it's really frying my head that I can't think of what it is. Oh, it's not an opening, it's an ending. It's almost reminding me of the ending, the first ending for Jujutsu Kaisen Mansion. You know, there you go, there's your free pass with the kind of trumpets and that kind of sound in the background. You know, it's just got that same feel to it. The imagery is just as fun, you know, showing all the characters in their little, like, doing their thing, and like, just, it's pure fun, and it really is a really cool opening. And I think that it's funny that it sounds like this when Ali, who did the first opening for Beastars, did the ending that I'm talking about. You know, it's just kind of like a kind of coming full circle. Oh yeah, you even said that. Yeah. There's not really, I guess, a whole lot to learn from this opening that maybe I haven't already gleaned from the previous two. This one was really more so just showcasing the colorful world and the characters and stuff from the series. Like, you know, we do see a lot of those friendships, a lot of those characters that will grow to know and love. And this is a character with that robotic leg right here. I'm just catching that. Wouldn't have caught that otherwise. And yeah, it's like Starry said, this is very, you know, this kind of coloration and the scratchy lines, it would remind you of Into the Spider-Verse or something like that, which is really cool look. But you know, it's also nothing like that. At the same time, it's mostly the backgrounds that are reminding me of Into the Spider-Verse, whereas the characters in the forefront are still very much a very unique Orange style. These characters look really fun. He looks like Legoshi. He looks like he's someone that's chasing someone down or chasing something down, and I would guess it's Haru, because we do see him falling, and then the first person he sees is Haru, and then right after that we see this guy. So I wonder if this guy kind of gets in the way of everything, if he's kind of like a roadblock, if he's maybe a friend that kind of steers things in a different direction. I don't know. The deer's named, is that Louis or Lewis? The first opening was very much set in a school, whereas now it's in a city. Yeah, but it's really weird because at the very end he looks like he's in school still. Like, this kind of looks like dorms in a school. Like, the way it pulled out, it did make me think he was in a prison, just like the way this looked right here. But yeah, I don't think that's the case. I wonder just then what the actual big wolf in the big city, holy shit. It's fun seeing him running through all these different landscapes. It's reminding me of, obviously, opening 2 when we saw him running towards Haru, and it was just this really cool running animation sequence. Whereas in this one, it's done in a much more stylistic 2D flat way, where everything else almost looks 3D and he is 2D. Like, that's, I think, what the most interesting thing about this opening is. Studio Orange, who is very much known for their 3D, pretty much employs a solely 2D style in this opening with some aspects of 3D, and the 3D is a lot of the time in the background, or it's being done by having these characters like this one pop out by being in a 2D style with shadowing behind him against the background, which gives it a 3D look. So it's Studio Orange flexing their skills yet again. Like, you know, obviously they're masters at the game of 3D, but they're just showing they can also do 2D while also incorporating a unique style of 3D where it's not like rounded, it's instead like against a background. So yeah, Studio Orange are just absolutely incredible. I think it's very funny that I was like asking earlier, how are they able to do this? And then it just pops up Orange, and I was like, yeah, they're telling me themselves, of course this is how they do it. They're Studio Orange, they can do anything. They do primarily 3D, and then even in the show they'll do a sudden pull out of some insane sequence in 2D, which comes through in the openings too. Yeah, and that's so cool. I really need to check out a series, like a full series that Studio Orange have done, because all I've seen are openings, and every single opening I've seen has just blown me away. It's been so cool. Like, they're just really, really great at it. There's one episode in the first season where it just starts in ridiculously high quality watercolor animation for like no reason. Holy shit. Yeah, Studio Orange are just like beasts. Beastars? You get the joke. Thank you. I don't have to explain it. Other than that, the song was really cool. I loved the vibe of it, like I said. Like, let's hear a little bit more of it again. Like, it's just really fun. The trumpets really just give it this swingy kind of jazzy vibe to it. Well, not jazzy, but you know, it gets you swinging, and it really just draws you in, and it's a lot of fun. And I think that issei did an amazing job here. I really love the work that they did in this opening. It brought so much energy to this, and I think that for a Beastars opening, it really sits alongside the greats. You know, it sits right alongside Ali and Yosobi, and it's so much fun. Is this Issei's first opening? I don't believe I've heard their name before, because I know Beastars opening 2 was Yosobi's first opening. This is okay. Well, I hope that Issei gets that kickstart that Yosobi also got, and we start to see them show up in a bunch of other series, because this was a really great opening, and I think that they did an amazing job here, and I'd love to hear them bring their fun flair to another series down the line that we might check out. So yeah, I think that's really all I have to say about this. It looked great, it sounded great, and I think now we're ready to move on to opening number 2 for this video. Let's see what we get in the next one. Alright, here we go. Opening number 2. Wonder what it's going to be. Very bright. Okay. ReZero is back! Okay. Is that someone with a tail? Oh yeah, there was cat people. There were cat people. This feels a little different from other openings. Love little guys with shark teeth. Idling. Oh, there's the hand again. Okay, so everything is in ruins. What is happening? Okay, those are not good people. Oh shit. Oh? She fights with lions? Is her name Scylla? Oh no. Okay, that's a brother. An evil brother. Okay, that was really cool. So random, but I'll just ask. I was like, is her name Scylla? Because there's a character fighting with like animal heads, and in Smite that's basically a character, like what a character does. This ReZero Season 3 released in fall 2023 by White Fox. You mean 2024, right? There have been a few key staff changes in the 4 years since Season 2, but the show primarily feels the same, if not better. The show is Reweave by Konomi Suzuki, who performed the first openings of the last 2 seasons. Yeah, this was an absolute banger yet again. I love that it kind of like started off in a real slow way, And I thought, there's a character called Priscilla, at least. Oh, okay. I thought that maybe it was going to play into that and have like a slower toned opening and really just take things down a notch, because the previous openings really brought a lot of energy for the most part. They just kind of kept things up here, whereas this one brought things down here and worked its way up, which I really liked. I like being along for the ride and that journey. If I'm going to guess kind of what's happening here, so I don't remember seeing this kind of like location in the previous openings, like this kind of island city. Looks almost like an impregnable fortress, I guess, with only 4 entrances, and they are guarded by like a huge wall. And yeah, there's like different layers, so the closer you go into the layers, I'm guessing the higher status that you are. You know, I'm thinking kind of Attack on Titan levels, where, you know, the outside wall is like the poor people, and the closer you get in, it's like royal family and stuff like that. Not going to go too much into many plot details, but Subaru simply continues his journey in the profoundly deadly world he has been isekai'd into. This season has been hotly anticipated, as the first season introduced a large supporting cast that were largely absent in season 2. Whereas now almost everyone has converged to a single location. Not to compare it because it's completely different, but I was anticipating enjoying season 3 of Demon Slayer a lot more than I did, because certain characters were not going to be there. However, season 3 was kind of boring, so that was a shame. Now that I'm guessing all those characters are back together in season 4 going forward of Demon Slayer, I don't know really what happens. 8 episodes were aired in this fall season, with the remaining 8 airing next season starting in February. Though for the record, the premiere was feature length, following on from the first season, which debuted with a more reasonable double length episode. That's really cool. I love that the series wasn't scared to kind of sideline side characters and supporting characters in order to go do something else. But, you know, it's really rewarding then for fans that they're able to dive back into the series and see those supporting characters return, and probably like bring a lot of really cool moments, because they're back and everything's going to be probably all the way up here. Like, I'm going off the screen because that's probably where things go in this series, or this season at the very least, with, what was it, how many episodes did you say? 8? Only 8 episodes. That would make me so like, just, I need more. 8 episodes? After waiting 4 years, you get 8 episodes? That feels like not enough. But then again, you do get a feature length, and then you get to know that 8 more are coming very soon. The first was equivalent to 4 episodes. Yeah, but that's really cool. ReZero was a series I have heard nothing but praise for, so I think that's really cool. Subaru's just really funny looking, like, alongside everyone else. Everyone's got this fantastical look to them, the clothing that they're wearing, everything like that. And then you just get Subaru in his tracksuit. It's just really funny. So openings, the previous openings that we checked out, we did see him holding hands with this girl, and it looked like they were kind of maybe using portals and stuff in the previous opening, so I'm guessing that's kind of her ability. She can open portals and she can teleport him, and so not that he's using her, but he's using her ability, I guess, in order to reach, what's her name, Amelia? Is it Amelia or something like that? So he's trying to reach Amelia, right? And we kind of saw in the I think it was the previous opening, that she looked like she was the victim of her upbringing. You know, she might be of some sort of royal blood or something, and she was kind of being held hostage almost in like this castle type thing in this really wintry looking area. Everything was very, is she gonna be okay? Is she dead? Is, like, you know, it looked like she was obviously the victim of fate, destiny, something like that, because he's always trying to reach her. And I think Pinecino did share, I don't think he gave away the actual details of the characters, but he did say that he is trying to change someone's fate, Subaru, and I think that what I've kind of learned is that he's trying to save her. So I'm guessing that means that she's someone who is always supposed to die, or something bad is supposed to happen to her, and he's always trying to save her. He's always there. I think I've also kind of learned that he's the one that's kind of able to use this purple handy kind of weird dimensional ability, because we did see the first opening and then in other openings that he is kind of always in this, not always, but he kind of walks through this purple, really weird looking area, and he seems to die a lot. So I wonder, like, that's what I was assuming then, that his unique ability, which is kind of like a curse, is that he's able to die, but since he's not from this world, he can re-enter it through this kind of weird purple dimension. And this hand that reaches out is obviously important to that. I'm guessing then that that's why he tries to save her. He takes her place over and over and over again. He dies so she doesn't have to. We did see imagery kind of related to that in other openings. This one though, you know, it really just focuses on showing all the characters again. It shows them all fighting. It shows everyone doing their thing. It's cool seeing Amelia fighting, because prior to this, I feel like she was kind of always presented as a damsel in distress type character, and it's nice to see that she's actually getting a moment where she gets to show off what she can do, and she stands her on her own, and she stands her ground, I guess. Who's she fighting? Oh, it doesn't show. Oh, she's fighting this character covered in bandages. Don't know who they are, but I'm sure that they're somewhat important to something. I don't know. But this guy right here, he doesn't have the same eyes as Amelia, right? Let me see. Sorry, I'm going to try and deduce something. So Amelia has purple eyes, and this character at the end has yellow eyes. So he's reminding me of the villain type character that we saw in the previous opening. Arachne? Something like that. So he looks like, oh, Echidna, okay. Arachne, Echidna. It's similar, right? So he looks like like the creepy smile and the different colored eyes might be related to Echidna, who was, I think, the main antagonist of the previous season, related to Knuckles, duh. But at the same time, the fact that he's with her, let me see. So he's got this single earring. Does she have an earring like that? I'm gonna get to the bottom of this, lads. Does she have anything like that? Let's see a close-up of her. She does not have an earring like that, but she's wearing purple, and he is wearing no purple. See, yeah, the characters don't look related besides the white hair. That's it. Does he even have the elf ears? No, he's not an elf. He is not an elf. He does not have elf ears, so he is not related to her. Okay, there it is. We figured that out. We deduced that much at the very least, that they are not related, and that is not her evil brother. Imposter elf? What? He's a dark elf? I think it's interesting that her eyes glow, this girl's eyes glow, and then his eyes do immediately after. And it's showing scenes that might indicate that really it's this little girl in the middle right here that is intrinsically related to this guy right here, because they look like they might have beef. This guy is the same voice actor as Kaoru? He's playing another white-haired guy? No way. Not the white-haired boy. Back at it again. Yeah, I think that this opening was really, really cool. We got to see a lot of really cool imagery. We got to see them all facing off against each other. Emilia, I hope nothing bad happens to her, though. I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen, because she always looks like she's in trouble, which is why I'm kind of assuming she is this important figure in this world. She might be of royal descent. She might be of some sort of bloodline that is important, whether she has this ability or she is someone that is very wealthy. I don't know what it is, but she must be someone that they want, or they want to make use of, because Subaru is always reaching out for her. He's always trying to save her, and I think that it's really cool that we get to see that in all the openings, and also like seeing the different characters and them just sitting doing their thing. It's so fun. This character right here, she on the right, reminds me of a character that we saw in Dungeon Meshi. She looks similar. I don't know what, like who or what, but you know, it's kind of like that's what it's reminding me of. She just looks like a Dungeon Meshi character to me. I know that she came before Dungeon Meshi, probably. That's a guy? Yo, like, come on. Why am I always like embarrassing myself like this? There's been so many times where I've had people be like, that's not a girl, that's a guy, and it's like, I should just stop guessing at this point, or I should just stop yapping. But yeah, really, really cool opening. I love that they brought the heat yet again. Fun, insane opening, brought so much cool action sequences, so many cool action sequences. And yeah, I think that this series looks like a really fun one for its action sequences. It looks like it's very unique, and it looks like it's a really cool power system and ability system and stuff like that. The way everyone seems to have different abilities. We saw like one guy using a sword. We saw a bunch of people using different types of weapons and different abilities. So I think that's really cool. I don't really know if I have much more to say than that. Badass opening, badass cool visuals, and yeah, I wasn't really able to learn too much visual wise, you know, kind of to learn much or to analyze, but from what I was able to see, it definitely looks very much like they're just fighting in this city, and they're obviously probably working their way towards the center. So whatever is in the center is where their goal is. I like that it kind of goes backwards then and shows what happened at the beginning of the opening. It's going backwards, and then it ends on Subaru's face looking very stern and like he's really ready to go to war here. So yeah, insane opening, and I loved it. But I think I might now be ready to move on to opening number 3 for this video, if we are ready. I forgot there was a ReZero opening this year, so that was really cool. What is, oh, this one, lol. So here we go, on to the next one. Opening number 3, let's see what it is we get in this one. Okay. What is this? Oh dear. It's very silly. Shiko noko noko noko. Oh, this is a catchy one. This is the opening that's gonna be stuck in my head for weeks. Crackers? What is that? I can't take this seriously with the deer popping up. Deer Brandes. I really like the character designs, but then it just like takes me out with these deer. You deer! Oh no! Not the Dark Souls reference in an opening. Was that Fist of the North Star? Shiko noko 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 koish tan tan. Damn, I was able to learn it just in time for the last little bit. Not the you deer. Like, let me see. I gotta find that part. You deer. There it is. This opening is crazy. I don't know how this one managed to like escape my radar. This is My Dear Friend Nokotan, released in summer 2024 by WIT. This is WIT Studio. That's wild. What has WIT actually been working on recently? Like, I don't even know. Like, the last thing I know they did was like, I guess, Spy Family and Ranking of Kings. Like, yeah, I feel like I haven't really heard. Yeah, that One Piece remake, yeah. But like, I mean, what have they actually released between Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 2 and now? Directed by Masahiko Uta. Quite a few comedy series in the 2010s, scripted by Takashi Aoshima, a lot of the same shows, music by Yasuhiro Misawa, also a lot of the same shows, and based on the manga by Oshi, a VTuber designer. The song is Shika-iro desu by Shika-bu, the 4 main characters' voice actors. The titular Deer Girl is voiced by Megami Han. Gone Freaks! No way. Whereas the blonde girl is voiced by Saki Fujita, Emir, and Hatsune Miku? Really? The voice actress for Emir, Attack on Titan, is also Hatsune Miku? That is insane. I would never have known that. Also Suicide Squad Isekai. I forgot that they did that. That's funny. As in, her voice was the one specifically sampled to create the Miku voice. Ah, okay. That's really interesting. I think that's pretty cool. I don't know if she's okay with that, but that's like a huge flex to be able to say like, yeah, my voice is the one that inspired that blue girl that you see everywhere. I'm guessing this is just an entirety, like this is an entirely like comedy sketch kind of like parody show. I'm guessing kind of, I haven't seen it, but I know that Pop Team Epic is a very like comedy skit kind of show. I'm wondering this is similar to that, or if it's more similar to Nichijou, which is kind of like slice of lifey with a lot of comedy aspects thrown in there, you know, which we did check out openings for Nichijou. Which side of that spectrum this series kind of falls into, because this is obviously a comedy series. Like, you don't throw a "you died" a reference from Dark Souls in there if you're not a comedy series. As well as, like, was that like Fist of the North Star like towards the end here? Who is that? Like, I feel like that's something I've seen before. This may have Souls references, but Pop Team Epic's Final 14 reference still wins. Yeah, that Titan reference. I think it was Titan, right? Badalala, Titan. Toraku Koshi seeks to be perceived as the perfect ideal of a high school girl, all to hide her past as an infamous delinquent. Really? Her dream is consistently threatened by the arrival of the strange deer girl, Noko Shikanoko, who immediately surmises Torako's origins and threatens to expose her secrets through her antics. Torako attempts to appease the menace by creating and leading the new Deer Club. More oddballs converge as Torako strives to keep her dream of a pristine image alive. Hijinks ensue. Kenshiro's face is kind of just a catch-all reference for macho characters, fair enough. Because I did see this and I thought of JoJo immediately, but I was like, nah, this is definitely Kenshiro. Oh yes, they did do Great Pretender. I forgot. What a fun ending that was to check out. That's really, really interesting then, because the character that we see here, like the deer girl, she just looks like a goofy gal who just goes through life doing her thing. So then to learn that she is threatening to expose a character, that's kind of going against what I would have expected this character to be. I wouldn't have expected her to be someone who kind of like, you know, has this kind of ego of, I don't know if it's kind of thing of like, you do what I want or I will expose you. I would have just thought that she was this goofy gal who maybe unintentionally almost exposes her several times throughout. I didn't know there was that actual threat of exposure. Oh, more is accidentally blurted out rather than actual direct threat. Oh, okay, I see. I guess that kind of more lines up with what I would have expected, where she's just like this silly character who almost accidentally exposes her several times throughout. So yeah, really fun opening. I think that the deer theme is just pure fun. I don't know what it is, but the character designs are really, really fun. Like, I really like the character designs in this series. I wonder if a blonde-haired girl and purple-haired girl are twins, because they have literally the exact same hair, except blonde-haired girl's like stringy bit comes down a little bit further. If not twins, then one of them is copying the style of the other. Let me see if I can find another shot of them together. Is there another shot of them together? Okay, here. Yeah, so either one of them is copying the other style, or they are actual sisters or twins or something, because they do look like they have similar eye colors, they have similar facial structures, though they all have similar facial structures, and they have the same hair shape, though, you know, hair length is different. They are sisters, I see. Yeah, that makes sense then. Other than that, like, this was just an absolute crazy, insane opening. Like, the song itself was, I feel like this one was crafted so carefully to be this real catchy, like, earworm that'll just get stuck in your head. And if this song did go viral, I would not be surprised whatsoever, because it just has that real sound to it, like a real viral sound. This was made for the internet, absolutely. The series was very hyped up within the anime community, and the lead up to its debut, Wit Attached really boosted that. Yeah, I can imagine so. Wit is incredible, and knowing that they've done a series now with this real comedy style, like, we did see kind of the typical comedy animation type things where, you know, characters are kind of like in this chibi style, and then they're kind of melting and stuff, and heads are opening and different, it's changing style all the time, and then it goes into this like realistic look. Like, I feel like just so much about this opening really just feels like everything that you've seen before in a comedy series, just in one series right here, with each trailer showing off more and more wackiness that culminated in the early release of this very opening. you think the hype might have gotten a bit too overboard, as when it finally released, it was alright. They're also doing that Yaiba series this year based on a work from the Detective Conan author, now that you remember. Like Kaiba or Yaiba, like, was it Yaiba or Kaiba that we checked out ages ago? Like, we checked out an opening from the 80s or early 2000s? Early 2000s? Different series, okay. This series certainly had its moments, but some had expectations as high as Nichijou, which it just could not reach in any lifetime. But funnily enough, the adaptation of City, the next work from the same author of Nichijou, was announced like days after Nokotan ended, which felt like fate. Yeah, that's really funny. Kaiba was a Yuasa series, that's right. Yeah, you're right. Kaiba Yaiba was just confusing me, like the one letter difference. Whether this series lives up to Nichijou or not, that does not matter to me because I have not seen either of them. What I have seen though are the openings, and I can tell you that this opening is just as fun as those Nichijou openings. In terms of the song, I think that the songs for Nichijou were definitely better songs, but this one is certainly more of an earworm and certainly more of a stick in your head, and you'll be singing this one more than you'll be singing Nichijou opening songs. This series opening really is just crafted to be that kind of song. Like, this is that song that you will be thinking about and that people will be talking about for years to come. And I think that in that kind of level, like, this did an amazing job. I did really enjoy the song. I think that it is pure fun. This is probably one I'm going to show my wife because I feel like she'd get a little kick out of it. And the visuals as well were just batshit insane and really, really fun. I imagine that people who checked out this opening prior to the release, this just really skyrocketed their expectations and really just made them really excited for this series. There's obviously not a lot to talk about in terms of trying to analyze openings like this, because Pinecino has kind of like laid out the outline for the series, and the opening kind of just emphasizes that, where we're seeing, you know, like her standing off against a deer and stuff, but she ends up flying past it because she's trying to not get caught as she's a delinquent, you dear, stuff like that. Megami Han does kill it. Yeah, I can imagine. She is a great voice actress in Gone Freaks. I really did love the work that she did in Hunter x Hunter, and I guess I've not really heard her work in anything else, but yeah, Gon's voice acting in that series is incredible, especially towards the end when he starts to get really intense. Seto Kaiba name kept you reminded? Seto Kaiba, that's My Hero Academia. I don't know, there's a character Seto in My Hero Academia. From Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, I don't know Yu-Gi-Oh! I am not Yu-Gi-Oh! Pilled whatsoever. I think you're the one person in the world that would hear Seto Kaiba think My Hero Academia. I did not grow up with Yu-Gi-Oh! I was not really a fan, personally. So that's why, like, I could honestly sit down and check out Yu-Gi-Oh! Openings and everything would be very new to me. I know what Kaiba looks like, you assure me. Is he the brown-haired guy that wears the white jacket that kind of comes up a little? Because that's the only other character. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's Seto Kaiba. We learn something new here. We learn something new here every day, you know? This opening, pure fun, a lot of energy, really cool. I think that it does look like a very fun series to check out. I love the little dancing sections. The background is reminding me of like another series. I can't remember what it is. We are, I think, now ready to move on to opening number 4. Like I said, I don't really have much to say about this other than the song was so fun. The animation and visuals were really fun too. But yeah, I think we should move on to the next one, opening number 4, and see what it is that we get. Alright, so on to opening number 4. Let's see what we get in this one. You lost! You lost! Too many losing heroines? What does that even mean? It's really fun. A1 Pictures, they're back! That was fun. Is that a nurse? They're like on a roundabout almost. What's that spinning text mean? Someday there'll be a happy ending. This is a really cool looking opening. You lost. Aw, it sounded like it was gonna build back up again, but obviously openings have to end at some point, and sadly this was the end of this one when she turns the book on this chapter almost, and that's how it ends. This is Makeine? Too Many Losing Heroines, released in summer 2024 by A1 Pictures. Directed by Shotaro Kitamaru, debut directorial work, assisted with the Kaguya film, which would have come out the previous year, right? Or this year? Scripted by Masahiro Yokotani, did work on ReZero, character designs by Tetsuya Kawakami of 86, and based on the light novel series illustrated by Muru Imigi of Licorice Recoil, really, and written by Takebi Akamori. The song is Tough Acting Girl by Botchi Boromaru, featuring Mossa. This is a series I had not heard of before, but I'm really glad we checked this opening out because it was really fun. And we have kind of been on an A1 Pictures roll lately. You know, we've been checking out, we checked out the Kaguya-sama openings, we checked out Solo Leveling, and now we're checking this out. There might have been more A1 Pictures in there that I've forgotten about, forgive me. But yeah, this was just honestly a really, really cool and fun opening. I loved the use of color here. The Kaguya film was 2023, I see. Moments like these, I'm gonna turn the volume off just real quick to play it, but this was just so fun. Like the little section where they're just like jumping up and the words or the text is flowing with them, and it's saying round, and you know, then right after that we do see characters spinning as it's saying round. It's just a really fun opening. I think that this feels very comedy yet again, I guess, but this might just be more so rom-com opposed to comedy, because, you know, it does show a guy, I guess, several times kind of like looking out at them and stuff. So I wonder if this series is kind of about him more than them. I'm not really sure really what to make of that, because it could be more about him and these three girls, you know, are all potential love interests or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. Nukumizu witnesses a classic dramatic scene where classmate Yanami tearfully urges her friend to go to his sweetheart before she transfers abroad. However, when the coast is clear, Yanami cops a sip of her friend's drink in a desperate attempt at an indirect kiss, and then notices to her horror that Nukumizu saw the whole thing. I don't really get it, but I'm sure it makes sense. She confides in him her woes of being confined to the tragic archetype of the childhood friend supporting the one she loves with no hopes of their relationship going any further than that. Nukumizu quickly becomes embroiled in Yanami's further romantic pursuits, and by relation the quest of several other losing heroines. The pair team up to both help those poor souls potentially change fate, or at the very least soften the resulting crashouts when things inevitably don't go their way or in their favor. Yeah, that's really funny. I think that the concept of a series about the people who are kind of relegated to the friend zone, trying to escape the friend zone, it's really funny. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. As a series, I guess that makes sense now from the opening. You know, we do see a few different guys and girls here in this opening, and I guess the characters that we see alongside each other, like when a girl is looking at a guy or something, it's probably indicating that that's their interest, who they are interested in. But yeah, I guess that does kind of give it very heavy rom-com vibes, but I think it just seems more fun than comedy. That doesn't really mean anything more fun than comedy. What does that even mean? But yeah, the opening didn't really showcase too much in terms of visuals, unless this is the water bottle that she drank out of and it's saying "you lost" right there. So I guess maybe it's showing us different things that they do. That was the water bottle that perhaps led to the indirect kiss, but really I'm not really learning a whole lot other than that. I think it's really cool the way this opening played with the text on the screen. You know, like he walks up to it and kind of moves it into place, the way that it moves up and down when they're jumping and stuff like that. So it's a really fun visual opening. I wonder, is this the cover for the light novel right here, or what is that? Because that looks like it's probably a series, right? This is a series that is heavily playing with the archetypes of classic romance series, and you'll admit you audibly groaned in the first episode when the main character described himself as a character in a light novel. That's funny, but the great comedic timing and production values really elevated it. I guess that's like, yeah, that you can obviously attribute it to the writing from the light novel, but in terms of producing this in anime form, I feel like coming off of Kaguya, A1 Pictures might have been like the perfect studio to do a series like this. They really elevated it. It both reminds you of Konosuba at times. There's even 2 dumbass blue-haired characters in there. And of course, Kaguya-sama. No coincidence, it's the same studio and some shared staff. I think that that's really cool. You can maybe compare it to some of the visuals, like styles in Kaguya openings when they kind of get creative and they do have these like really interesting backgrounds. But I'm not really sure, like I can really see any comparisons between the two series other than that, and of course the genre that this kind of falls into. Also, the sporty girl is voiced by Shion Wakayama, who the very next season would go on to voice the Momo Ayase. Yeah, Momo, what an icon. I know how great she did it as Momo. Like, the voice acting she brought to that table was absolutely incredible. So I can imagine she brings that same greatness to this character. I guess I'm not really aware of her other works, because I guess from anything I've seen or heard, Momo was the first role that I heard her performing. The opening, like I said, it doesn't show too much in terms of giving away anything. It's kind of just showing the characters in their groove, I guess, doing their thing and just being silly, going to school and stuff like that. So visually it is incredible and I loved it, and I really got to learn about a lot about these characters, like their types of personalities. But in terms of like giving us story beats, I feel like it's more so for people who have watched the series already, because I'm not really learning much besides what Pinecino shared in the blurb up there. Song was so fun. I really did like it a lot. It's somewhat reminding me of 2 different series that are completely different, and it's reminding me in the sense that just it's got the male singer and the female singer. It's making me think of Yamada-ish, where, you know, there was the male singer and then the female singer, or Nichijou, which, you know, had the male singer and then the high-voiced female singer coming through as well. So, you know, it's making me think of those 2 series in terms of the song, but it's more so similar to Nichijou because of the energy than Yamada, but it just that same like sound, it's making me think of those 2 series opening wise anyway. The colors are so good. Oh, you also said it's Nichijou-ish? Yeah, definitely. The colors are so good. Absolutely. Like, I really love this kind of style. Like, I don't know what it is about it, but it's like a really flat kind of look, but the colors just pop out. Like, it's really well done here, and especially with the text on screen as well. Like the contrast and everything in every shot is just so well done. It kind of does have a pop art look. Yeah, you're right. I just absolutely adore this style so much. It's reminding me shots like these of, funnily enough, I did say this during, I think I mentioned this during the Sakamoto Days opening. Shots like these remind me of, you know, when artists post storyboards for anime on like Twitter and stuff, and it's got like the blue lines and kind of like red lines and everything, and it kind of has that look before it's actually fully animated. Shots like these kind of remind me of that, where, you know, you've got the different color linings and stuff like that. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone, but yeah, really fun opening here. I'm glad we were able to check this out. Let me know if you guys have more to say about the series in the comments below, because sadly I feel like I didn't really have as much to say on this one as I did for others. But I think we are now ready to move on to opening number 5 and see what it is that we get in that one. It's been a really fun set so far though. It's been very different. You know, we started off with some huge series, you know, Beastars, we got ReZero in there, and we're kind of going down a little bit of a comedy route now, you know, with 2 comedy comedy series back to back, so I think it's been really fun to have that contrast in the openings so far. So we'll see what we get in opening number 5. We're continuing with comedy here. That's cool. We get a little comedy block. What other comedy series released? Maybe it's Blue Lock, because I hear the animation was a bit comedic throughout the recent season. That was a joke. Here we go. Opening number 5. Okay. That's funny. Oh, this looks very similar to opening 2. Actually, that kind of style there. Let me check the quality. Kingdom Hearts 2 reference? This one is hectic. This opening is very chaotic. Oh, I really like that perspective shot though. Red versus blue. Yeah, that like art style like right there is so cool. I love that shit so much. I could lop that shit up so easily. Go! Oh my god, look at that. Rose looking a little demented. Not the stinky gas. Yeah, this is really artistic. I love that like really textured look that they gave this. Also, let me just say, that's really funny that I was like, maybe it's going to be Blue Lock because I hear the animation was comedic. And then it actually is. I might need to include that in the video now, even though I'm wiping my nose. Because that's just too good to pass up. This is Blue Lock Season 2, released in fall 2024 by 8-Bit. The song is Arrogant Charisma by UNISON Square Garden. Once again, they're back. They're delivering another banger. And I think that it's really cool that the visuals kind of are similar enough to opening 2's visuals, but also different. This shit got so hype. Yeah, but is one episode of hype worth all the shit, you know, that came before? All 14 were great. I did not hear much greatness about the animation or the production of this series whatsoever, season 2, but you know, I'm an outsider. What do I know? The visuals really were kind of hard to see what was happening a lot of the times because it's so hectic and it's so much is happening at once. You know, I think that this kind of like look right here is really cool. It's definitely what reminds me of opening 2 a lot. And the chains, yet again, like I feel like we saw chains in a previous opening, right? And the chains are broken this time, so he's unchained. He's like the animal is released, the beast is unlocked, and everything like that. The ice cream, the sea salt ice cream with text on it reminds me of 358 over 2 days, where, you know, Axel gets the ice cream for the trio and they look on the sticks to see if they have winner written on them. So that's definitely what that reminds me of. I wonder if that kind of style of blue ice cream is an actual thing in Japan, because I had never seen it until Kingdom Hearts. Maybe this is somewhat a reference to Kingdom Hearts. Who knows? Probably not though. Breaking the Beast or himself, yeah. Seeing that this is like a fractured glass kind of look, and then we see him in this perspective shot looking out, it's kind of indicating that he has kind of broken through. He's kind of gone past and he's kind of like fractured now. He's a mixture of personalities and perspectives, and you know, we did see in previous openings like this real jigsaw kind of look where it's kind of like he's trying to build himself up, or he's trying to find the missing piece for the puzzle and everything like that. And I wonder if this fractured glass look is kind of indicating that he's kind of fracturing that perfect puzzle kind of thing, and he's just kind of going off the deep end and doing what he has to do, even if it's not who he is, I guess. I don't know if this is making sense. I love this perspective shot a lot. It's just really, really cool to see him training like that. And then, we get this really intense stare down of this guy with the red hair who he looks so, I don't know, blasé, I guess. He's just there to do a job. Whereas our main character on the left here looks like he is ready to get shit done. He is intense. And, every frame here that you could pause it on, you can see different characters, but they're presented in such a unique and stylistic way that it is a little hard to follow on watch, but when you pause it, it's really, really unique and it looks so cool, and every character just really has this cool look to them, and every frame is just pure art. So cool to just like go through frame by frame and just pause in different frames because it's just got this really cool look to it. Dude does not in fact chill. Yeah. We get to see the match and all the characters watching, Team Japan, all that good stuff. Goal, and I love this look right here. Like it's reminding me of Mario Strikers almost, like that real painted look with this like goal thing showing up. It's kind of making me think of that anyway. And then we just get to see some really batshit insane moments, and our main character right here with his tongue wagging, like, not to draw comparisons, but like the tongue hanging out and this kind of like really intense look. And the black hair, I guess it's reminding me of Eren's Titan in Attack on Titan. I'm not gonna name the Titan because that is spoilers. But that's what it's reminding me of. Premise-wise, the season is entirely focused around this insane asylum of Blue Lock against the under-20s Japan team. Holy shit, really? That tongue is some Michael Jordan stuff. He's really just gone to intense levels of insanity here with the tongue wagging, and he's just really, really crazy looking. And he just looks normal again there, but he doesn't seem to be able to get past this guy unless he uses the green stink aura. Like, I'm sure it's cool, but like, green? Really? It's just so like funny. The aura, the stink. It's just really funny that they decided to settle on green. Goal written all over the walls here as he's kicking the ball. He is in the zone, the flow, and the aura is emanating, and he's kicking the ball, and it really just settles then with him staring at us really intensely, and it kind of fades out. So yeah, the opening itself really more so just showcases the match, besides this little shot of, I guess, him as a child before he goes into football maybe, and then it shows his intense training regime and everything that he does and everything that every character in this series does in order to achieve the goal, which is winning. I think that it's really, really cool that we're getting to see like this insight into, I guess, his psyche, where he's breaking through the chains and he's just kind of like breaking away from it's almost like right here, shots like these, he's kind of thrown away his humanity, I guess, but it's about football, so I don't know how intense that gets. I'm not sure if it's literally showing him throwing his humanity away, or if it's showing that he's really just in the zone and he's really just intense and really just getting into things. But yeah, really, really cool opening here. I think that the song as well was just fun. What's their name? I almost said Madison Square Garden. UNISON Square Garden just continues to bring really fun and cool openings for Blue Lock. Energetic and fun, and it's not too crazy, and it really just kind of matches the feel of this opening, where shots like these, when things are they've kind of got this crazy look and really artistic look, it's when the chorus is probably bringing in the heat and stuff. It's a really fun opening. In terms of Blue Lock openings, this is definitely one that stands alongside the other two. Blue Lock openings were definitely a lot of fun to check out, and I'd be really interested to check out more because I know Blue Lock is not over yet. So when more Blue Lock comes up, I'm sure we will be checking that out. Yeah, this like really cool look right here. This is crazy. I love this look right here. This real, it's almost like spray painty, like with the way that it's kind of dotted and stuff, but I don't know what it is about it. It just looks incredible. Yeah, I might already be ready to move on to opening number 6. Yeah, on to opening number 6 for this video. Here we go. Opening number 6. What'll it be? Triforce Elusive Samurai. Oh shit. Really like the character designs in this series. It's got a fun look to it. The Oni masks. Yeah, I really like this look for this opening with the coloration and everything. It's really cool. Oh. She just looks like she's having fun with it. It's so cool. Cloverworks! The way everyone's just showing up as they're walking along. So they're all kids. Apart from that one character, obviously. Oh, that was really cool. There, that's a good shot right there. This shot right here, I'll probably try my best, but it might not work, so I might not be able to do it, to cut her out and put her in the thumbnail just up in the corner or something. This is a dude! No! Not again! No. How does he keep doing this? This is Elusive Samurai, released in summer 2024 by Cloverworks, an all-star animation team headed by producer Shota Umihara, who worked on Wonder Egg, My Dress Up Darling, and Botchi the Rock. Directed by Yuta Yamasaki, with an army of episode directors like Arifumi Imai of Attack on Titan action fame, holy shit. Scripted by Yoriko Tomita, Dress Up Darling. Assistant character designs by Saki Takahashi, who worked on Wonder Egg, and based on the Jump manga by Yusei Matsui, Assassination Classroom. The song is Plan A by Dish / who did My Hero Academia's Season 5's opening 1. This was a really cool opening to check out. I love the imagery. I love the look of this opening. Like, the coloration and everything was just so fun. It was reminding me in a sense, I don't know if it's kind of like garments and what they were wearing. It was kind of reminding me in a sense of both Mononoke and, what was it, Ayakashi, as well as Apothecary Diaries. But that's probably more so to do with like garments and everything like that, opposed to anything else. But in terms of the visual style, it's definitely reminding me of something that I'm not quite remembering, but I love it. I love that style so much. Toriyuki leads a carefree life as the heir to the reigning shogun, gaining a knack for the art of evasion as he runs from his teachers that desperately want him to learn the proper lessons of statecraft. His world is one day shattered when a rogue general mounts a brutal coup, only saved from certain death by a passing enigmatic priest. The priest claims to receive divine visions, declaring the boy will still become a great hero. Toriyuki accepts his destiny and begins cultivating allies. Yusei Matsui is good making dudes who look like girls. Yeah. Arifumi Imai, of fame from action sequences from Attack on Titan. I'm guessing those are sequences like Levi Kenny scene, as well as Levi versus the Beast Titan and stuff like that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that guy is cracked. I would love to see the work that he does in other series, because holy shit, those sequences in Attack on Titan are honestly some of the most fluid, intense scenes that I've seen in all of anime. And it's a damn shame that I had watched them prior to starting reaction content on this channel. I would have loved to check out Attack on Titan on this channel. That would have been an absolute ride. That would have been a trip right there. But yeah, we're not talking about Attack on Titan. We're talking about Cloverworks. We're talking about Elusive Samurai, and I had no idea this was a little boy right here. I honestly thought that was a girl. That's entirely on me, I guess. I loved the fluidity of this opening, like shots like these right here. Like, let me see. Look how fluid this gets. Like, I don't know. There's just something real special about that. It's really cool looking. Of course, there's a little Shiba in here, so it gets points already. I'd be curious to know then, like, the extent at which this series goes with its comedy, because it does look to have an emphasis on comedy aspects and stuff, you know, facial reactions and stuff, the way characters act and everything. And I do remember seeing a scene for this a while ago. I was on Twitter and everyone was going crazy over the action in that scene. I wondered if that was actually a scene that was animated by Arifumi Imai, but it was the scene basically of, I guess, the main character, the little guy, just running rings around a character. He was just like running really fast. So I guess that kind of plays into the whole him having a knack for the art of evasion. He runs from his teachers and stuff, so he's obviously very fast, probably uses his speed to his advantage during scenes of fighting and stuff like that. It's instead of really fighting like hand-to-hand combat, he uses his speed to kind of just confuse the characters and everything like that. So I think that would be a really fun way to watch a character. I think it is very unique. Instead of having like a power like, you know, Zenitsu or Killua, who use like speed, but they also use like lightning, electric kind of type powers. Like, you just got a character who's straight up a speedster, who also, like, you know, takes down enemies and stuff. You'd say its strongest parts are its action and drama, and then the comedy very much detracts from that. Oh, really? I think that it does look like a very fun show for sure. I love the kind of look. I love the backgrounds. I love the way that everything is drawn here. Like, this tree right here just... They didn't have to draw this tree as detailed as they did, or as intricately artistically as they did, because it's only in this opening for like 5 seconds, but they even added moss to the tree, they added shading, they added so much. Like, it's, I don't know, like, Cloverworks looks to be on an absolute rip right now when it comes to their series. Like, I know this was a series that a lot of people really enjoyed when this aired. I was not someone who obviously checked it out, but I know that it's a series people enjoyed. They're just on an absolute rip, honestly, when it comes to the series they're producing. I feel like if that is not true, if they are kind of like producing good and kind of questionable series, you know, obviously Wonder Egg Priority is a series that a lot of people have very fond memories of, but it kind of did really tail off towards the end. That wasn't that long ago. That was only like, what, a couple of years ago, a few years back. Let me know how Cloverworks is actually doing these days, because I'm not sure if they've really... Oh, it was 4 years ago. Ah, shit, really? 4 years already. ... The opening definitely gave us an insight into the characters' personalities and stuff like that. We got to really learn who is who and who does what here. I think that in terms of the opening visuals, it was really fun. I loved how it worked with framing, and getting an insight into like what the characters will do here was just really cool. The song as well, let me hear it another little bit. Like, it just sounds like a really fun opening. Like, it's so energetic, it's so upbeat, and it's so fun, and it really just plays with the playful nature of this opening. And it really just has me thinking that the characters in the series probably are some of the most fun, like, ensemble that you'll probably see in a series in recent years. Those colors are vibrant, absolutely. This series really just, the opening really just pops. To give it a single word, it just pops. And I think that the vibrancy really just gives it a really cool look, because it really plays with vibrancy and, you know, kind of like these dull colors as well when it's showing scenes like this. But at the same time, scenes like this are so beautiful. The light shining and peeking through the trees while he's swinging a wooden sword. That's art right there. That looks so good. Going back, you know, seeing shots like this of him running with the red splashing by, like, this is probably blood, and he's probably the reason for that blood. Like, the opening is definitely one that it's gonna rank highly on my favorites for the year, because I just really did vibe with the song, and I really did like the opening as well. It was just pure fun, and the energy that it brought alongside it was really crazy. And yeah, this was a really great opening to check out here. I think we might be ready to move on to opening number 7. All right, here we go. Opening number 7. Wonder what it's gonna be. Oh, the warped clock. Dead, yeah. Dededede. They really adapted character designs really well. Oh, I love that, like, real imagery kind of look. Space Invaders. I can see the truth. I really love this blend of real imagery. Oh. Is that like a key change? That was really cool. Bye-bye. Lovely days. I wonder whose house that was. Aww. Oh shit, that little mushroom guy was an actual guy and wasn't just a little character they created? That's crazy. This is Dead Demons Dededede Destruction. Released in summer 2024 by Production Plus H. Directed by Tomoyuki Kurokawa. Scripted by Reiko Yoshida, longtime scriptwriter from A Silent Voice to Dragon Ball Z. That is, that's like, on the spectrum of Silent Voice to Dragon Ball Z, like, where do you fit in there? Character designs by Nobutake Ito, Kaiba, The Dami Galaxy, and Ping Pong. Holy shit, that is really cool. Music by Taro Umebayashi, who did work on Yuri on Ice, and based on the manga by acclaimed author Inio Asano. Goodbye Pum Pum. That's a series that's been on my to-read list for a very long time, but I just have not started collecting it yet because obviously I would be reading it physical. I haven't got around to it yet, but I know his art style, and so that's why I was able to, like, obviously recognize that this was an adaptation of those characters, that character designs, and I knew that Dededede was a series that they also did, so I yeah, in that sense, I was familiar-ish. The song is From the New World by Ano and Lilas Ikuta, main characters, voice actors. Both are popular singers, with Ikuta, of course, being the vocalist of Yosobi, and Ano we may get to later. Ah, that is insane. You're telling me Yosobi's singer was on this and I didn't recognize it? That's crazy. I guess it's hard to recognize her voice when it doesn't have like the Yosobi thumping like bass and real kind of ravey kind of pop kind of sound to it, I guess. It's very clearly her. Well, you know. Well, yeah, you can say it's very clearly her, but I didn't catch it because I didn't hear the classic Yosobi trait beat in the background, you know? But yeah, this was a really cool one to check out. There's a lot of focus on the fact that they're kind of showcased like the characters 2D in this 3D world, this like realistic world. It's showing Space Invaders, and then we see this thing right here floating in the sky that very much makes me think of One Punch Man when, you know, the aliens invade Earth. So I feel like that is not coincidental whatsoever, but we're gonna read the blurb. The residents of Tokyo live their daily lives with a gargantuan alien mothership continually hovering over the city skyline. Yeah, okay, so that's what we just saw there. The aliens had invaded a few years prior, but they were fended off by humanity's willingness to use weapons of mass destruction and have retreated into the safety of their ship. Humanity cautiously awaits their next move, building up military power to match them when the day comes. The people of Tokyo have resigned to how close they are to potential annihilation and yet must attempt to live out their normal days until the time finally arrives. Best friends Kadode and Uran live their lives as carefree high schoolers, navigating their bizarre reality into an adulthood they don't know how much they'll see through. The line between good and evil, human and alien, blur with each passing day. Ah, interesting. So I feel like that's kind of what I was going for here when I was talking about the alien ship, I guess, like hovering overhead while it's showing like this kind of real imagery. It's kind of like while characters are against this real imagery, kind of giving this sense of this alien look where 2D animated characters are against what we would call a real background, like what we're used to, what we would see if we go outside, I guess. So it makes them look alien, like these characters that we're seeing, because they don't belong in this world per se. I'm not saying they don't belong in Japan where this is set, but they don't belong in this actual real world imagery kind of look world. You know, they are alien against that. So that kind of plays into the whole, you know, each passing day there's this question of blurring the lines between humanity and alien. And I feel like maybe, you know, lyrics kind of give that as well, where making me feel like an alien. Let's see the end of the world. We'll be together until we die. If we hold hands, you think we can fly? Bye, bye, bye. Lovely days. Bye, 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 bye. Like, alone in a world of lies. Like, what are they planning to do here? Are they planning to see out the end of their days together? Is that what's happening here? Yeah, I'm not really sure, but this was a really, really cool opening to check out for sure. I love the kind of beginning with, you know, this kind of warped clock look, because it immediately tells you that everything isn't as you would expect. This is the first anime adaptation of a work by Inio Asano, who had been deemed new adaptable previously. A combination of his extensive use of digital effects to render lifelike backgrounds, his contrastingly wild cartoonish character designs, and his penchant for pitch black tone have contributed to this notion. You have your gripes with how a few major things were handled in terms of story structure, but overall you think they pulled it off quite well. I think that the style here looks incredible. Like, I love how they adapted his character designs. I think that they are almost perfectly adapted in terms of what you would get from, you know, his designs, because yeah, his designs are so unique. And so to see them actually adapted so well is really cool. The look of this series is just really interesting to me. I feel like I have kind of been able to analyze little bits and pieces, but at the same time, not enough. Shots like these where she's looking at different characters, like this guy right here, this guy right here, who looks a little ominous, but then other characters. So it's almost like she's looking through and seeing like what's real, what isn't. And then this shot right here, seeing the eye, I don't know really what to make of that. Leads into them holding hands. And yeah, it's just a really cute opening while also being, you know, fairly oddly ominous. The real life backgrounds are appropriate because they pretty much are that in the manga. Oh, that's really cool. Wouldn't imagine that's how it looks in the anime itself, because I wouldn't know how they would do that unless they're just actually going around recording like literal locations for the anime. I feel like that's kind of a lot to ask, so I feel like, you know, it's probably not that case, or not the case. Kind of does it in its own way. Interesting. Okay, that's really cool. For an Asano work, this looks really cool. Asano, I guess. It's not Asano. Asano. I do really like the look of this series. I think the character designs are fun. I think the look of the series is fun. I think that the concept of the series is really cool. You know, like the fact that humanity is not afraid to use weapons of mass destruction in order to fend off these aliens, but they will inevitably end up hurting humanity probably worse than the aliens. Really cool opening to check out here. I'm glad we were able to check this out today. Dededede. Dead something, I don't know. Dead demons, Dededede destruction. This work is intensely political. He hates the Japanese government. Really? That's insane. So he gets real political in his works. That's crazy. Yeah, someone who's not really familiar with Japanese government, I would probably miss a lot of that. A lot of it would go over my head. The kind of Shin Godzilla-esque. Oh shit, okay, that's wild. I wouldn't get a lot of it. Yeah, definitely not. But I feel like, you know, if it's very surface level, like, you know, and they kind of explain the frustrations, I would get it. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, if they kind of explain the frustrations, explain what's going on, you know, make it obvious to the viewer, make it obvious to the reader, you know, you can follow it along, which is cool. Like you said, Shin Godzilla-esque. That was very in your face. Like, they really explain that one. And yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense, and the comparison in the sense that they're just willing to use weapons of mass destruction, even if it means like taking out citizens. Like, it's just awful. The song was really, really cool as well. I liked that they had like two actual singers just singing alongside one another, and it was very chill sounding at the beginning. Like, it's very chill. Like, there, that key change right there, that key change was everything. Like, we kept it down, like, right here. Like, let's listen to this again. Like, it just goes up and it's so good. That really just brings this whole track together, because that's the transition between kind of like this chill and like vibey sound to like just this real energy, like gets you hyped kind of sound. And it probably has importance for the structure of the series, I guess, where, you know, it kind of starts off one way and then goes another direction. But, you know, I'm not entirely sure on that, so I'm not really gonna try and theorize on that. But yeah, I think I'm now ready to move on to opening number 8 for this video. Let's see what we get in this one. Here we go. Opening number 8. Those are Dragon Balls! Whoa! Sounds very old school game kind of theme right here. Really nice artwork. Daima! That's the name of the series, right? Little baby Goku. These aliens. Baby Vegeta! Like... Here comes a new story. That's funny. And then he's a baby. Grant my wish. Oh, that was cool looking. Love this, like, sparkle effect. Did he go Super Saiyan as a baby? That was really surprisingly very cute. I would not have expected a Dragon Ball opening to be, like, cute like that. I don't know what it was, but that was just really, like, really nice. It made me feel nice. This is Dragon Ball Daima, released in fall 2024 by Toei, directed by Aya Komaki, One Piece from the start of Wano up to the Odin flashback, holy shit, scripted by Yuko Kaihara, Blue Box, Urusei Yatsura remake, character designs by Katsuyoshi Nakatsuru, last third of Dragon Ball Z, Digimon, and based on an original story created by the late series creator, the legendary Akira Toriyama. This is the very last project he had extensive involvement with before his passing, sadly. This song is Jaka-Jan by Zedd, featuring Saint... That's Zedd? Zedd is in, like... Zedd who did that one song with Hayley Williams from Paramore? What? That's crazy. That's actually really, really interesting. I would never have thought of Zedd doing an opening. It's a Western guy you don't know. Yeah, that's him then. So that's why it sounds kind of like techno-y. I was saying at the beginning it sounded like a video game, like old school track or something. Like, that's very Zedd, you know, having that kind of like beat. I don't know. It just... Yeah, I can tell that's Zedd actually now that you mention it. But obviously I would never have thought that he would have done an anime opening. No less Dragon Ball. Seeing this opening, like the way it's laid out, like the visuals, it's very pretty. It's very well produced here. You know, the coloration and everything, the settings, everything just looks really great. Is this Bulma on the right? Is this little baby Bulma? I'm curious then as to what the premise for this series is, that they're all babies. You know, the song went into production after Toriyama's passing, so you think it was an intentionally mellow, calming tone. That's very fitting, and I think that's really great, and I think that they did a great job there. So that's why I was saying it felt really like cute and nice, and yeah, like you said, mellow. Like it felt like a really touching opening, and for this being the first opening for Dragon Ball to release after the unfortunate passing of series creator Toriyama, I think that was a very smart decision, and I think that was really honestly the perfect choice that they made. Not going to get too specific with plot since it's kind of knee deep into the franchise, but a Vian wizard king usurps control of the Dragon Balls to effectively turn the cast into children, which is in his mind would render them powerless to stop stop his ascendance. Goku and friends, you assume, will prove him wrong in the end on that front. Oh, you assume because the series isn't over, okay. But as the series is still ongoing, you can't say for now how we'll get there. Also, the whole baby thing is a whole other ordeal that you could go on for a while, really. Seeing little baby Goku go Super Saiyan, like, from what I understand, he wasn't, well, I don't know if it's that he wasn't able to or that he didn't go Super Saiyan in the original Dragon Ball when he was a literal child. From what I understand, going Super Saiyan was something he was able to do in Dragon Ball Z. So I guess this is kind of like, I don't know whether the whole case is that they're children and everything they're able to do reverts back to what they were able to do in the original series. Like Goku, he's got the power level and the strength of what he had during the original Dragon Ball series, or whether he actually is just himself but smaller. You know, he's the same like power and strength as he was before he was reverted to a child as he is as a child. Like, I don't know what the specifics of that are, and I'm not going to try and guess, but if it's that he was reverted to the power level of when he was a child, then I guess this is pretty exciting and cool for, you know, power scalers out there, that they can kind of now confirm that child Goku would have been able, he had the capability of going Super Saiyan. So I think that that's really cool in that sense, though that could be complete bullshit and maybe completely wrong. So the Dragon Ball Z anime ended, and obviously producers wanted it to go on. So Dragon Ball GT was created to continue the series. And in that, Goku is turned back into a child by the Dragon Balls. Really? GT was not well received. So this was kind of perceived as Toriyama tackling that concept on his own terms. I had no idea about GT. I feel like I might have heard of GT before, but the only other series I'd heard of was Super. I obviously had heard of Daima because, you know, people were talking about it this past year when I'm kind of getting into the anime scene, so I'm hearing like the whispers of the new series Daima. Not that I've heard anything about it, but I'd heard of the series. GT's opening is a banger, which we may get to ... I do honestly think that this opening as a whole was just really fitting, and it was a great one. I loved the feeling of it, and, you know, it kind of ending on Goku probably overcoming the odds that are set against him. It's just a really like nice little feeling to just end off on that note, you know. Also, like, this shot looks pretty iconic. As in down the line, that was in like 96. Damn, because we're never doing a 90s video, right? I wonder like who these aliens are on the right, because I don't know if I've ever seen those characters before. Obviously right here I could tell you on the far left is Bulma, then Vegeta, then Piccolo, because I'm not an idiot. I've been on the internet long enough to know characters in one of the most iconic and well-known influential series in all of the medium, you know. So I do recognize some characters and character designs and stuff. I think that this opening was perfectly mellow, perfectly sad, touching, beautiful, and really powerful in the sense that it feels like you can overcome something. Like it when you've got lyrics like whoopsie daisy in there, it's just really funny. One of the aliens is voiced by Firu Ai, who does the voice of Jolene, Kujo, and Power of Chainsaw Man. That's cool. I really like that. I'm guessing that it's her then. Or maybe it's that one there. I do really like her. I think she's a phenomenal voice actress, and I'd love to hear more. Wait, is this a being that's been created out of a Dragon Ball? Because he's got like the 2 stars on his chest? Huh. And that one's got 3? Are these beings created by the, you know, their core is the ball itself? Because I'm assuming the ball has immense power. Oh shit, these are also characters from the series, right? Let's forget about the little racist guy on the right. Holy shit, what is that? That was crazy. What was that? They're actual literal babies here. We see like children for the most part, but those are actual literal babies right there. I'm guessing then that the wizard guy is the one that holds the staff, you know, the villain of the series, I guess, if you will. Goku using a staff. I feel like the last time I saw Goku using a staff was during the original Dragon Ball series. I don't think we saw him holding a staff at all during Dragon Ball Z's opening, did we? I'm probably completely wrong. He probably just used the staff the entire time, you know, considering the fact he's based off of Sun Wukong. That's kind of Sun Wukong's whole thing. He kind of ditched it in Z and brought it back here. That's cool, because he's a child again. See? I do pay attention to these openings, you know? Wait, A gun? That's crazy. That's some Emmett Selk shit right there. Just like all these abilities, you know, they've got staffs, they're using powerful a bit like stuff like that, and then some guy just pulls out a gun. Like that's honestly some Emmett Selk shit right there. I think that it's a really, really cool opening. You know, seeing Vegeta, Piccolo powering up, and then this little loser wizard guy. Like, this guy looks like such a loser. Who is this guy? Who are you? You're telling me you're the main villain in a Dragon Ball series? Like, in no way. He just looks like a little dork, like a little loser. I guess that's maybe the point. The fact that he has to turn them into children. I love the song so much. I love the visuals. The visuals were so beautiful. Considering the fact I had only seen Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z's openings, this is another great one to stand alongside the greats. They legit open the series with this guy watching Dragon Ball Z and going, oh shit, I can't go up against those guys. That's hilarious. I'm glad that he realizes it, because why would he even want to go against them? What's his goal? Like, what's his purpose? Like, what's the point? Why does he feel the need to take them on? Like, is he trying to prove something? Like, if he knows he can't go against them, then what's the point? Why even try? The visuals and the song really just paired alongside each other beautifully, and I am now ready to move on to the 9th opening for this video. Opening number 9, what will we get? Here we go. Opening number 9, what will we get in this one? Gamers Gaming! This is Dragon Ball again, right? No, this is Sandland, I think. Yeah. I just recognized the Toriyama style. Let me turn it up a little. Oh, I really like that 3D look. Toei flexing their 3D again. Really like this sound. It's really good, actually. Little bro. What are they doing? I'm not gathering what this series is about at all. Surely it's not about them just playing video games. Oh shit, Dune? Star Wars? Oh shit. Oh! He Dragon Ball powers up. Oh, that shot was incredible. Like, the sound out was so detailed. This 3D is really amazing, actually. Oh, I really, really vibed with that. The sound, the visuals, everything was just really, really fun there, honestly. This is Sandland, released in spring 2024 by Kamikaze Doga. Oh, the ones who did Batman Ninja and the CG openings for JoJo. That's crazy. The staff would be largely unfamiliar outside of music by Yugo Kano. JoJo Part 3 to 6. Holy shit. They brought so much heat to those, that music department in JoJo. And of course, very evidently by the character designs, based on the short Jump series by the late great Akira Toriyama. The song is Water Carrier by Kroi, who did the opening of Buchigiri. Oh, that's really cool. I would never have picked that out there, but that is actually really cool, because that Buchigiri opening was so fun, and this opening as well was so fun. I really, really loved the kind of like rappy sound to it, while also having like this really fun like bass kind of sound. It was a really fun opening to check out, and the visuals as well, like them driving through the kind of like Sandland, if you will. Let me see if I can find a shot. Tell me this doesn't remind you of the music video for, is it Clint Eastwood or is it Dirty Harry by Gorillaz? Like, that's just so like that look and that style. Like, it really reminds me of that music video. In a future world known as Sandland, the one river that supplied the entire world has suddenly stopped. Oh no, and the only source of water is from the greedy king's overpriced water bottles. Demons and humans live together in a world of drought, until Sheriff Rao confronts Beelzebub in need of a demon on a quest to find the Phantom Lake. There's a Phantom Lake. Though reluctant at first, Beelzebub goes along and brings an older demon, Thief, with him, to find the lake for the good of all creatures. That's really interesting because when they were playing this, I did notice, I couldn't read this name, but I see now it says Beelzebub, but I did notice it said thief. So I was like, oh, are they playing a thief character? And that's kind of an insight into the kind of character this guy is. But no, I see now that he is also a demon. I didn't notice the horns in his head. I thought he's just like this really old guy, but that's really cool. The manga run in Jump for just over a dozen chapters back in 2000 and is adapted in the first half of the series, with the second half being an entirely new arc written by Toriyama for the anime adaptation. That's so cool. Like, I'm really glad that despite the fact that 2024 was obviously sadly the year Toriyama passed, it's so cool that that same year 2 new series, anime series that is, were produced by him. Like Sandland, people might have been familiar with, but he was able to, I don't know whether he gave it an ending or whether he continued from the ending for the second half, but that's so cool. And I'm sure fans of the series, fans of Toriyama, felt really rewarded when they were checking this out, as well as then obviously for Dragon Ball Daima. Like, that's so cool that he was able to create himself a brand new series for Dragon Ball, and that's honestly incredible in itself. It was all aligning with Dragon Ball's 40th anniversary in December. Oh, I'm really glad that despite the sadness of the year for Toriyama, it is a year of celebration at the same time. You know, it's a year to celebrate him and his works, as well as what he brought. It was just a year of celebration opposed to just like this really sad year of mourning. Toriyama is a beast. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. The opening, really just fun one to check out. I love the 3D CG look to it. It is, now that you mentioned that it's done by the same people who did the 3D openings for JoJo, I can see that so clearly. It's so obvious now, actually, funnily enough. And it looks so cool. I love this, like, is this a fox on the right? It has to be a fox, right? I love foxes. Foxes are cool. And I love seeing them. And yeah, I think that the look of these characters is so fun. I wonder if they are actually characters that you love or if they're just like annoying characters. I don't really know. I wasn't really able to figure out from this opening because the characters all do look very grumble, 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 I guess. Like, they're always like, they've got stern faces apart from when they're looking like cheeky, I guess. But the opening itself is really fun. It has a lot of character and a lot of energy, and the characters do look pretty charismatic. And knowing that the premise for this is that demons and humans work alongside each other, it's just really cool because there are enough series of humans versus demons and stuff like that. So knowing that they live alongside each other, work alongside each other, it's just a really cool premise and cool concept. One that I wouldn't have expected. The Sandland kind of look and stuff, it's got this very dry look, obviously, and it really does play into that very hard. And I think that the way they present the characters in this kind of sandy look as well is really cool. The whole premise for the series just sounds fun, and I do really like this a lot. I think that the series probably is a very fun one, although if it is a series that people enjoyed, because I feel like I didn't really hear much about this. I just remember seeing that an anime and video game were announced for this series pretty much simultaneously, so that's how I recognize what this was. But I'm not really familiar with the perception of this series. I don't know if it was really perceived well or anything like that, but being a Toriyama work, I'm sure that it had its fans. I do really like the character designs as well. I think that they're really fun. Having like the little pink guy be Beelzebub is just really cool. I honestly think his character design is really fun. Design for the old thief guy as well looks pretty cool. I think it's cool that they have this older character and it's not just like, you know, a bunch of youngins like we see in a lot of series. So yeah, in this series, we had a lot of old characters, whereas in Dragon Ball Daima, everyone was young, everyone was a child. So there's the complete difference in the series that Toriyama had his hand in for this year. But yeah, I don't really know if I have much more to say about this because the opening really just kind of tells us that this guy's probably this goofy guy, but also he can be pretty serious. I don't know, I feel like it doesn't really show much more than personalities in this opening. Like, it's not really telling us the story or anything like that, so I don't really have much more to analyze or much more to say about the opening itself. But I did really like it. I think that the song was so fun. Like, I really like that sound. Like, that bass is really just carrying this entire track. It's so heavy and it's really fun. It's so it's just a really cool, fun opening. And honestly, if this is only the second opening I've heard Kroi do, considering they did Buchigiri, I have high hopes for more series that they will maybe do in the future, because I have loved both so much, and I'd love to hear more that they do. So yeah, I think I might be ready though to move on to opening number 10. Opening number 10. Like I said, visuals were insane, incredible. I loved the look of it. I think that Studio Kamikaze Doga has done an absolutely incredible job with this opening, and I'm sure the series itself looks just as good. We are now going to move on to opening number 10. All right, so here we go. Opening number 10. What are we going to get in this one? Okay. Mechanical arms. Those are mechanical arms, alright. Okay. Did those arms come out of her skirt? Oh shit. It's really cool looking. Character designs are reminding me of like something else. What is the deal with these mechanical arms? They look sentient. Oh shit. Stop the feeling. Take a beating. Damn, that really just kicked ass from beginning to end. Holy shit. This is Mecha-ude, released in fall 2024 by Triff Studio. Smaller indie studio formed largely around this project. That's cool. Directed / created by Sei Akamoto. Scripted by Yasuhiro Nakanishi. Kaguya-sama and Yamada-kun. Holy shit, that's huge. Character designs by Terumi Nishi. JoJo Part 4. And music by oh no, not another Hiroyuki Sawano. I feel like we've been checking out a lot of series that Sawano has been doing the OST for, so that's really, really cool. The song is Vortex by Setsuko. One day Hikaru stumbles upon a strange robot that is barely clinging to life and inadvertently fuses with his hoodie. The seemingly rare and sentient mechanical arm is dubbed Alma by Hikaru, on account of the arm discovering that its memories have been wiped. The two groups target Hikaru and Alma, one seeking to recruit the former to their cause and the other seeking to steal away the latter for their own nefarious desires. This animation looks really, really cool. I do really like the look and the style, I guess. I guess what I was thinking of, like I was saying that the animation style is reminding me of something. While not exact, it's reminding me of the way the characters are kind of done in this real interesting style. It's almost Komi-esque, I would say. I'm not exactly, but like it's kind of got that soft look that Komi had, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. The characters look really fun. Like shots like these were making me think of Soul Eater, honestly. That there orange mecha arm is voiced by Sugita. Holy shit, no way. Sugita voices the orange arm. That's really funny. I hear Sugita's getting work in 2025 as well, currently airing, right? For me, this series reminded me the hell out of Kill la Kill, really. I obviously don't get that connection because I haven't seen Kill la Kill. This was originally a Kickstarter project. Oh shit, okay. Kickstarter, here we go. That achieved funding back in 2016. A pilot was released in 2019 and now the project has evolved into a full TV anime with proper backing behind it. If Sawano's involvement wasn't a major clue of that. Yeah, Sawano's involvement is a huge get. Honestly, that is insane. So you said the opening was done by Setsuko, but did Hiroyuki Sawano also work on the opening? Because I know he worked on other openings for series that he did music for with, you know, a singer providing their voice. Or was this like not Sawano whatsoever in terms of like providing the backing beat? This opening was really fun. I think that starting off with this... Is that a Jersey beat I hear? I heard a do 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 do. Like, it's a little slower than what I'm used to for a Jersey beat, but listen. That's a Jersey beat right there, surely. Come on. 2024, the year of the Jersey beat. That's a Jersey ass beat right there. I think that the style, like these mechanical arms are really cool. I think that the premise for this is really interesting. Like, it's making me think of almost the premise for Parasite, the Maxim, I guess, you know, where it joins with him. Obviously that's a parasite, so it's completely different. This is a sentient robot arm, you know. I'm assuming the mystery behind these robot arms is very much like a huge mystery in the series, and I'm sure that, you know, okay, by the way, here's our shark clone, you know, just had to point it out. I'm sure that throughout the series there's all these questions, and yeah, I would hope that by the end of it, you know, you kind of have those answers, considering this is probably a one and done series, right? Like, it's just one season. The character designs, the character looks, everything is incredible. I guess as well, it's reminding me, I guess that kind of plays into, you know, Soul Eater. It's reminding me a little of the look of Fire Force a little as well. Like, I'm seeing some similarities there, but the song, pure fun, thumpy beat, really just in your face, and the singer's voice was beautiful, incredible. It's really, really cool here. Seeing this mechanical arm, like, yeah, it's just a mechanical arm, so it's hard to like feel sorry for it, but, or feel like some sort of sadness, considering we don't know this character and it's just like an arm. But the fact that it's, you know, you would see this in a lot of other anime where it's a character like drowning, and the fact that they're showing this arm in this way, probably indicating that this arm has some sort of really sad backstory that we probably come to know and learn throughout the series. Because yeah, this does look really unique and interesting, and seeing that her arms, she has two arms, have attached themselves to her skirt, that's don't know what to make of that, because you could probably call that a little perverted, but I don't know if the series plays in that sense, and it's probably played in a fun way instead. The coloration in this was really cool. I love the look of this orange, like this orange glow from the arm really just stands out. It's cool seeing other arms throughout this. You know, this guy on the left has this green arm that he uses to skateboard with. Not everyone uses them to fight, perhaps, and just uses them in their own unique way to fit their own personalities. This shot, this is reminding me of Metallic Rouge right here. There was a shot in Metallic Rouge where there's this guy floating in the sky with all these arms coming out of him, and that's what this is making me think of. But obviously I'd imagine these are like these metallic arms. Yeah, then we do see them physical, and I love this kind of like scratchy effect that they give the animation at times. Like, the characters have these this real scratchy shading over them. It's just really fun opening. I think that they did a phenomenal job here. I had never heard of this series before. It's got a really interesting premise, and I love the story for this series, where, you know, it was crowdfunded, it was done through Kickstarter, and then, you know, the success of it led then to 2024 seeing a full on animated adaptation of that story. And yeah, that's just a really cool like success story, I guess. And yeah, the character designs, the music, everything just so beautiful, so great and incredible. And I would love to hear more about this. Let me know in the comments below if you guys enjoyed the series. Let me know if you would compare it to anything, because Pinecino saying, you know, it reminded him of Kill la Kill. I'm saying by the looks of things it reminds me of a few different series. But yeah, just let me know in the comments below. Seeing the different characters and the fighting and the action and everything, it does look really cool, and I did honestly vibe with this opening so much. And yeah, I think I will now be ready to move on to opening number 11. Here we go. Opening number 11. You're my servant. What does that mean? Wow, this looks really cool. This is really interesting, like, art style. Oh, now we're jinking it up again. And the way that the music changes to showcase what's happening. becomes a lot more beautiful. Oh shit. It's beautiful. Real imagery is back. She looks like she's being puppeted. That was a creepy hand in the background though. Aww. Continuously taking that step. Aw, that was really cute. So I think it's really interesting that we got this really interesting 2D against the 3D style again here. This kind of art style is really, really cool here. You know, like it looks like almost like an unfinished 3D kind of look. Some games that you'll play have this kind of textured look to them where, you know, it's kind of looks 3D, but it's very clearly 2D. And the way the characters are kind of like moving and like morphing is really interesting, and then it just focuses on her, and then we see this this is making me want food. What the hell? This looks really delicious, I'm not gonna lie. This is You Are Miss Servant, released in fall 2024 by Felix Film. You'll be honest, the credits and contents of the actual series aren't that much of interest, though the director is Ayumu Watanabe of Summertime Rendering, Komi, and soon to be Which Had to Tell Ya. This was an opening where the sheer quality completely took everyone by surprise, since the series itself is by no means that noteworthy by comparison. There's always one of those each year. So this is the domestic girlfriend of 2024. They did so many different art styles in this opening. Like it would be hard to keep track. Like this is an art style in itself. This is an art style in itself. I guess you could say there. And then that's an art style, like just, yeah, so many different art styles. There's too many to count, honestly. The opening is directed by Saho Nanjo. She is a man, ending 6, who took the opportunity with her team to just go crazy with it here. They actually also produced the Beastars opening earlier in this set. Oh, really? They filmed a short documentary series about how they went about making this opening. No subs yet, sadly. The song is Otosure by Tricot. Yeah, this was an absolute batshit insane opening. I really, really liked it. I think seeing like this different style like this, like I was saying, it's kind of like a 3D look, but it's very clearly flat and 2D against a flat background to make what's in the front look 3D even more. It's really interesting and peculiar, and I feel like I've never seen anything like this before in anime, so honestly this is like an absolute first for me, and I really, really did love it. And this little section right here where it goes from like things get so slow and things get really touching, and it really just brings these feelings of being moved and everything, and just like it feels like lovely, you know. It's a really beautiful moment in this track that really just goes against what we saw before or what we heard before, you know. The backgrounds as well are absolutely stunning. It's really reminding me of like an old school fairy tale look, something like that anyway. And it's just the way they're moving is very unnatural too, though. Like it looks very stop motion, obviously, but also it looks almost like someone could be controlling them and puppeteering them, because it's so like jerky, like the motions. And then after this, we do actually get a moment where after all this chaos happens and we see her cleaning, I guess, we see a little beautiful lone flower, and then she's walking, and oh my god, like this artwork is absolutely crazy. Like this, is this oil pastel? It's like, is that what that is? Like, what is that? Every single, like, I would say every frame has been drawn, but in between every frame looks like it's also been drawn. Like, what is that? That's insane. There's so much going on there. And then, you know, we get real life imagery. I don't know if it's kind of done in the same kind of symbolic way that other openings did that we checked out earlier. Obviously, if you're saying that they worked on the Beastars opening as well that we checked out, that Beastars opening also incorporated some real life imagery, you know? Looks like they took recording and filter it, you're not sure. Oh, really? Even still, like, it's done in such an amazing way. Like, I can't believe just how good this is. This part's really creepy, though. Like, it looks like she's being, like, it looks like it's the same style as earlier when she was dancing, and, you know, it was this kind of, like, paper kind of style with, like, a background, and you know, she's being stop motion danced about, but also like this kind of staging definitely makes it look kind of puppeteery, and then having the hand in the background just slamming down is just really creepy. That's so creepy. It's making me think of that one meme of like the thing just going like that there, or is it like that? I can't remember if it's an open palm or a fist, you know, like up to the camera. Like that's just what it's making me think of, seeing that in the background there. The character designs are really nice. I do really like these designs a lot. He just looks like a guy, and she looks like she's someone who's really down in the dumps, but when they each take their steps, beauty grows around them, like flowers grow around her. It's indicating the beauty of her character. And then when he takes steps, flowers start to grow. So like it's just showing that what they have together is beautiful, and despite everything and despite the world that they live in and all of that, they just bring so much light and color to each other's worlds. That lad has a mid-2000s look to him, really. This was a really beautiful opening. I wonder if this is just a straight up romance or like if there's more to it, but in terms of like visuals, this has to be one of the most visually creative openings I've ever seen. This was honestly like incredible. This blew me away, and I'm really glad we were able to check this out, because just wow, like this is so beautiful, so stunning, and absolutely insane. Why does he look a little like like he set something up for her? Is he pranking her? Did he set a bucket on top of a door and ask her to walk through the door? Like, is that what's happening here? I do really honestly think that this opening was some beautiful, incredible work, and some of the best I've ever seen. Like I said already, the song as well was so nice. Like I really loved the transitionary periods of like going from like kind of fairly high energy and energetic to like this really slow, somber sound, just really reinforcing like that romantic section, that real romance section and everything like that. And then it just gets back up again. It's fun all over again. It's yeah, I think they did an amazing job here. Crossing fingers they return for presumably the next opening in the Beastars season. I'm really glad that we were able to check this one out today, because I've never seen anything like this before. The way this worked with framing, the way this worked with different styles and different colorations, everything like that, filters, you name it, this opening had it. Like, yeah, maybe for some this opening is a little too much and has too much going on, and it doesn't really settle in one style and tell you enough. But it does it in such a creative way that it's hard not to love this. This was such an amazing opening, and honestly, yeah, this is definitely a highlight for sure of these sets. I don't really know if I have much more to say. Beautiful, incredible, amazing, all the buzzwords you want to throw out there. That's basically how you could describe this opening. But yeah, let's move on to opening number 12 and see what we get in the next one. Alright, so here we go. Opening number 12. What do we get in this one? It's Blue Box. I recognize those characters. I really love those character designs. Yeah, I'll talk about it after. Not the dogs. I'm definitely gonna land a smash. Aww. This is beautiful. This is a really well done opening. Holy shit. Oh shit, the 3D shuttlecock. Wow. Wow. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. And real quick, that was Eve. Right? That was Eve, right? Don't tell me I'm wrong. Oh no, he did it again. This voice sounds so familiar. This is Blue Box, released in fall 2024 by Telecom, a subsidiary of TMS. Directed by Yuichiro Yano, who worked on Lupin the Third Parts 4 and 5. There was a part 5? Scripted by Yuko Kakihara. Urusei Yatsura remake. Music by Takashi Umama, Witch from Mercury. Holy shit, this is a huge stacked list right here. And based on the Jump manga by Koichi Miura, the song is Same Blue by... that's how they sounded familiar. Official HIGE DANdism, Tokyo Revengers opening 1 and Spy Family opening 1. I knew the voice sounded so familiar. And I was like, when in doubt, Eve. And the opening animation itself was directed by the Tetsuro Araki, Death Note, and Attack on Titan. Holy shit, that man. I guess I'll give a little context of my relationship with the series. It's a series that I haven't seen or read, but it's a series that my wife has read some of. She hasn't read all of it. She hasn't read as much as they've released, but she's read some of it. And, you know, she's talked to me a little bit about it, about how much she loves it. And I kind of have a general idea of the premise of, like, the outline of the series, though I don't know anything beyond the broad summary, I guess. And I know that pink hair girl, where is she? This pink hair girl, my wife loves this girl. I think this is probably her favorite character in the series. One thing she did say to me was that she's like, I feel like this is the first time I've ever liked the side love interest more than the main love interest, but that, you know, probably changes the more the series goes on and stuff. First year Taiki rushes in the early hours to the school gym on the surface to fit in more badminton practice, but in reality to get to know his crush. Second year basketball star Chinatsu. Though Taiki believes he is still a way out of her league, his determination makes an impression on Chinatsu. A family circumstance draws the two closer than before, inspiring Taiki to work on his badminton play with the goal to stand at the national level alongside Chinatsu, and in his eye see her eye to eye. Yeah, that's like that's what I knew about the series. He wants to reach her level because she's like this star, and he wants to be able to work his way up the leagues in his sport in order to be able to be the same level as her in his own sport. So funnily enough, I'm all over the place right now. I think actually my wife was looking for series, and I was going through different, like, you know, romance series on the app. I have the Shonen Jump app on my phone, and I was going through it and looking at romance series, and I came across Blue Box, and I started reading the little, like, blurb thing, and I was basically like, oh, well, this is what this is about, and I basically explained that to her, and she was like, nah, because she didn't want to read a series about people in school at that point in time. So she didn't read it then, but a little later on, she was looking for more series, and we were in Barnes & Noble, and I basically pulled out volume 1, and she was skimming through it, looking at the art, and she was like, I'll give volume 1 a go. And she really enjoyed it. She loved it so much, and she obviously plans to continue reading it. I don't know how much she has read, maybe like 3 volumes or something. I don't actually remember. This series is one that I feel like she talked about maybe wanting to watch because she was seeing it all over TikTok, and you know, she does love the manga, how much she's read so far. So yeah, Blue Box looks so stunning. This opening was absolutely incredible. Hina is the moment, which is saying something when the main heroine is literally a baller. The visuals right off the bat, like, holy shit, look how good that looks. That's insane. Like, that looks so good. I'm not going to beat around the bush. That looks so almost realistic. I don't know how to describe this kind of style, but the way that it's been done looks so, like, different from the rest of the opening, and it's so beautiful. Seeing badminton, seeing basketball, just, you know, the usual, like, this is what they do. And then it shows the two main characters, and then the cherry blossom showing that something is going to bloom between the two of them. But then, as you named her Hina, I guess I'll call her Hina, she just looks like this real bubbly ray of sunshine. She looks so fun. Funny enough, I think I saw actually, like, very recently a clip. I think my wife had it on her phone or something, and I was like watching what she was watching. It was on TikTok, and it was showing our main character and Hina in a mall strip like this, and she was jumping from like square to square, like, you know, there were yellow squares or something on the floor and she was jumping between them. So I thought that that was really really interesting and, you know, very quirky. It kind of showcases her bubbly, fun personality in that one scene alone. Araki's work these days is just high quality openings and music videos. Maybe he's waiting for an AOT / Death Note type series to return to TV directing. Yeah, that will be Kagurabachi. That's it. He's gonna return and he's gonna direct Kagurabachi. It's all over. I have no idea what he would return for, because those two series you just named, those are huge. Death Note and Attack on Titan are probably two of the biggest entry point anime series for a lot of people. I know a lot of people got into anime through Death Note. I know a lot of people got into anime through Attack on Titan. I was one of them. I really don't know what that huge series could be looking at today's manga landscape anyway, but that's really exciting to know that he's kind of just like in the background still doing work. Like, you know, this opening is absolutely incredible. It's so good. Yeah, there's just so many moments in this opening that are just so beautiful. Chinatsu walking alone, she looks like she's someone who's gone through a lot in her life, because we do see a lot of scenes of her. Why does it show the dogs like that? They're standing outside alongside one another, and then it looks like they're leaving little notes for one another. I'm definitely gonna land a smash, and I'm sinking my shots for sure. That's really cute. They're leaving little notes for each other. Hina just kind of chilling outside. I guess she also has some like emotional depth to her. I thought she was kind of shown in this opening as someone who just has a lot of fun with it, but it's really just showing Chinatsu alone a lot. Like, seeing her in oversized clothing as well. Oh, I guess they're all in oversized clothing. I was gonna say, seeing her in oversized clothing, I wonder if she's got an issue with her body, her like how her appearance and stuff, but that might not be the case, because, you know, they're all in that kind of baggy clothing in the same shot. Seeing the badminton, Hina dancing, doing her thing, she's so fun, and showing more cherry blossoms, and then like, look at that, holy shit, look at that, that's straight out of the manga. No, like, these are shots that have been translated straight from the manga, surely. This is absolutely stunning, these shots like this right here. We see her like alone a lot and smiling, and kind of while he's going through the game of his life, it looks like it's showing her in all these scenarios and situations in like a Polaroid look, like taking snapshots into her life almost. Like, it's kind of what it looks like while he's going through everything, because he's trying to reach that level that she's at. So it's maybe showing that he's going through all this while she's just going about her life, because she already is at that level. But at the same time, it shows that she's not exactly happy. She's cuddling up to her shirt and stuff and looking out the window, and then she's smiling, and it's so beautiful. And I do really think that the art style for the manga is absolutely like so unique and beautiful. It's for a romance series. Like, I've not really obviously been someone who's read or watched any romance within manga or anime, but the art style is very appealing to me. It's really stunning. You suppose also worth mentioning that Hina is in her own sport of gymnastics, and at least earlier on is well above the other two in terms of national level. So that's why we see her dancing on the rooftop. I see. Well, that's really cool that she still comes along and supports our guy over here. I wonder if they're childhood friends, you know, Hina and Taiki. I wonder if they're childhood friends, and that she's just always there to support him. Seeing her smiling, and then seeing Hina smiling, and then he starts celebrating. I don't know what to make of that, but Blue Box is honestly, like, this opening, I know I said the previous openings visuals were some of the best I've seen of the year, but the visuals of this one as well were just so amazing. Like, I really honestly loved that look, like going from this kind of like manga style look to this 2D animation, throwing in some 3D, while also having this beautiful official HIGE DANdism track in the background. Like, it's so beautiful. This song, I can tell you right now, this song is probably one that's 100% going on my playlist. Maybe some others from this video too, but this one really is beautiful. I know we've checked out a lot of huge bangers so far today, but this is definitely peaking for me. This is definitely one of the top openings for me that we've checked out today. And I feel like that's a mixture of the emotion that it's making me feel, while seeing these visuals and hearing the song. Like, everything about it is just taking me on a journey. And I feel like as an opening, this really does grab me and give me a lot. Like, it really does interest me and make me want to know more, want to check the series out. And it gives me an insight into what it is as well. It really just lets me know what the series is about. So as an opening, this was absolutely 20 out of 10. Seriously. I don't really know if I have much more to say about this one. I think I'm ready to move on to the next opening, which will be opening number 13 for this video. Let's see what we get in Lucky for Some. Lucky number 13. Ranma! I should have recognized the symbol. There's the scrolls. The artist sounds very familiar. Oh, it's so fun to see Ranma back. In the same look, it looks so similar. It looks so good. And for Mappa? That's crazy. Seeing all these characters back again is just a joy. There's the martial arts. I guess male Ranma looks a little older than he did in the older series. What there? All the characters that want to... Yeah. Yo, that big panda. Alongside him. That was cute. That was adorable. That was a really cute opening. This is Ranma Half, released in fall 2024 by Mappa, directed by Konosuke Uda. One Piece's first 278 episodes, the last being the I Want to Live episode. Holy shit, imagine ending your run on One Piece with I Want to Live. That's insane. Holy shit. Scripted by Kimiko Ueno, Dungeon Meshi, an upcoming Mappa original called Zenshu. Character designs by Hiromi Taniguchi, somehow another airing show that doesn't look that much the same. Music by Kaoru Wada Inuyasha, also apparently worked on Kingdom Hearts 1 to Birth by Sleep. What? No way. We got 3 Kingdom Hearts references in one video. That's wild. And of course, based on the classic manga by the legendary Rumiko Takahashi. And hopefully we get this time a Ranma ending. Hopefully this series continues. Hopefully enough people liked it, enough people enjoyed it, and hopefully enough people want to see the ending for Ranma in anime form. Obviously it's finished in the manga. If you want to know the ending, you can go check it out there. But for anime onlys who have been sticking with this for decades, hopefully they get that ending finally that they deserve. And who would have thought that it would be Mappa to give it to him? The song is My Fiance by Ano, who was half of the opening for Dededede. That's really funny. And I guess that's why I recognize the voice. We already have a second season confirmation, so we might be getting there. Hell yeah, I love that for you guys. Anyone who loves the series. So in terms of how much this adapts, does this adapt like a decent chunk? Is it kind of speeding through things, or how is that working? This is of course another remake of a classic Takahashi anime. After David Pro's Urusei Yatsura, that you think both you and many approach with some caution when seeing the big M was attached. Yeah. Over the course of this season, you've been happily proven wrong with a delightful adaptation of Ranma into the modern age. One that both new and older fans have had a lot of fun with. In your opinion, it's even better than the original adaptation, though some others will disagree with that. This is roughly like the first 24 episodes of the original show. That's cool. I'm guessing this is, you know, a standard 12 episode seasonal anime type deal. Yeah, okay. 12 episodes covering 24 episodes of the original is actually pretty good. I feel like Mappa a lot of the times kind of like sometimes speed runs that shit. Like Attack on Titan's final seasons, like yeah, those were dragged out, but there was a period where they were covering like so many chapters in one episode. It was kind of insane. So, you know, I don't know what Mappa's normal pacing is like. I'm not really like familiar with how the pacing of Jujutsu Kaisen was, because I wasn't really paying attention to that pacing, honestly. JJ can't mention, holy shit, he did it again. again. It was pretty good, yeah. Okay, so maybe Mappa's pacing is pretty good. But yeah, I think that pacing for 12 and 24 is not bad at all. Like that's just doubling up on everything, considering like the older series might have stretched things out a lot more. Maybe I added some original content in there, stuff like that. I think that the adaptation of the style is done really, really well here. I think that the characters are very familiar. They're very Takahashi. The only difference I've noticed is that Ranma on the left here, I don't know if it's that he looks a little taller or older or what it is. He doesn't look as short. He doesn't look as young, I guess. And I feel like, I don't know if they aged him up or they just aged everyone appropriately and that they're not all tiny. Because I feel like in those other openings, they all look a little small. I don't know what it is, but he looks a little older in this one. The martial arts aspect, present as always. Seeing shots of everyone kind of just showing up again. Where's that annoying little old guy that you hated, Pinecino? Does he show up in this opening at all? I don't see him. Well, I don't know if it's an old guy, but like the little mosquito face looking thing, I didn't see it at all in this. Cut, hopefully never to be seen. Hell yeah. So in other words, it definitely is a better adaptation. That little shitbag is gone. I think that it's really cute that we get to see like shots like these where, you know, you see all these characters behind each of them, and the way that they're looking at the characters kind of, you know, gives an indication as to the relationships they might have with them. Seeing the different scenes from the anime as well. Let me see this. Yeah, it looks animated really well. I really do like I really do like the way it looks like it's been animated. I like how the whole series looks. I see what you mean, Starry, with it sounds like there are traditional instruments in there for sure. Yeah, I could definitely hear them, like yeah, I definitely heard the traditional instruments in there, but I feel like there might have been some traditional instruments within one of the other Ranma openings, one of the older ones, maybe the very first opening, honestly. Maybe it was the second, I can't remember exactly which one it was. You think you mentioned this back in the original Takahashi video, but they did indeed bring back the original Ranma voice actors of Yamaguchi, Usopp, and Hiyashibara Rei. Yeah, don't they voice parents in this one or something? Or are they the actual... Oh wait, no, that was Urusei Yatsura that they voiced the parents, right? And in this one, they actually do voice the same characters. Okay, I was just getting clarification because I had forgotten which way they did that, which series was which. Honestly, I could not imagine Usopp's voice coming out of Ranma at all, but what do I know, eh? I don't know anything because I'm sure he's got range. This is so great. Like, I really did love this opening. This makes me so happy. Like, when we did the Takahashi video, I was really just loving checking those out. You know, there were 3 different series and they all felt very different, and the Ranma openings were so much fun, and then learning that the series never got an ending, it was just really sad, honestly. And so now diving back into that with the context of having seen previous openings for the original Ranma series, it feels really rewarding and it makes me really happy. It's a really nice feeling to actually check this out today, and I'm glad we were able to do it. The coloration, the lighting, everything is beautiful. The character designs are so well done. I love how they look. I love those adaptations of those designs. The fact that they look the same but they're different. They do have a modern look while still having that old school Takahashi look to them. So I think it's really fun. Shots like these, I feel like we did see stuff like this in some of the older openings, like this kind of, remember the opening where Ranma was running away and he was kind of this paper cutout? Like, that's what this is making me think of. Like, the openings itself are making me think of older Ranma openings, and that's so fun. Like, I don't know if it was intentional or if it's kind of just giving it this fun comic book style, you know, sort of thing, but it really does just bring back those feelings that I was feeling when I was checking out those other openings. You saw this in the Urusei Yatsura openings in the new decade and just couldn't show them in isolation without going back to the originals, and I'm glad that we did, because it really gives the context and it really gives me so much more appreciation for the work that both David Production and Mappa did in these remake series, because they brought those series back to life in a way that made them look modern but also look like the original series, and it shows the love and detail and careful crafting that they did for these series, and I love it so much. It's very fun, very rewarding, and very cool. I'm so glad that we did check out those other Takahashi openings, and now all we're missing is Miso Nikoku. That's all I'm saying. All we're missing is Misoni Koku. I know, just the studio to tackle that one. It's going to be Misoni Koku, being brought to you by Studio A1 Pictures, are going to do Misoni Koku in 2026. There, I called it. Save this recording and show it to your friend in 2026. Why is bro eating paper? Does he think it's going to make him smart, eating the words? Does he think that's how you learn things? Also, the little pig mascot again is back, adorable as ever. We're gonna have to throw some Ranma into the thumbnail for this video. Maybe this shot right here, that's a pretty good shot that we could maybe use for the thumbnail. Let me actually take a screenshot of this. There we go, screenshot taken. This might show up in the thumbnail, who knows. Love this opening so much. It was so fun, so creative, and made me so happy to check this out. But yeah, I really don't have much more to say about this, because all the analysis that I've done for Ranma is basically in that other Takahashi video. I will have it in the description below. I might also have it at the end of this video, so if you want to check out the Takahashi video, I implore you to do so. And I am now ready to move on to opening number 14. There are a grand total of 2 more left. We will now dive into opening number 14. What are we going to get? Here we go. Okay. Oshinoko is back. They've got weapons? What? It's got this really dark... Oh, the stage, the curtains. That's really cool. Oh, the masks. Oh my god, what the hell? I feel like this opening's really telling us a lot, actually. They're chasing her. What is this anime about? This is a banger though, holy shit. That was cute. Aww. Is that a stage production? Yeah, okay, they're buying. Okay, so that's why they had swords. Oh shit, she was watching. That was absolutely insane. This is Oshinoko Season 2, released in summer 2024 by Doga Kobo. The staff are effectively the same as the first season, as this is kind of more like a second half of an overall full 24 episode season. The song is Fatal by GEMN? Gemini, I guess. A duo featuring former pop idol Kento Nakajima on vocals and Tatsuya Kitani on composition and lyrics. Funny enough, I did think that that was Tatsuya Kitani, but I wasn't confident, because it was reminding me of the opening for Go-Go Loser Ranger Reject. Like the kind of beat in the background with his voice, it was reminding me of that. But at the same time, I didn't feel confident in guessing that. But yeah, this opening really took me on a ride. I was like, why the hell do they have weapons? They've got swords and cleavers and shit. Funny enough, I was gonna like say that while I was watching it. I was gonna be like, holy shit, it's Gojo and Ghetto. We start with weapons and stuff. I don't know what that's about, but I think it's really cool that we see this cast of characters standing like this, looking out towards us, and then it starts to pan out, the logo appears, and it starts to pull apart. It's like that was the curtain, and what we're seeing now is a facade. So what we were seeing before was real. That shit was real. That was the real people, what they're actually like experiencing, going through all of that. And then what we see right after that is them putting on a show, and alongside that we see our 2 main characters, the siblings, I guess, pulling off masks and seeing 2 completely different characters. I don't know if this is literal and they are actually these people underneath the masks, and that they're putting on these masks and they're putting on these appearances, these fake appearances, to replicate the appearance of their mother, who had the, you know, star eyes, and she was a pop idol, I guess, and they're putting this on, or if it's something else. A big portion of this season is centered around the setting up and production of a stage play that's based on a manga, which the manga you feel kind of is a play on Demon Slayer in some ways. Really, that's really funny. I guess that makes sense because, you know, they're using swords and stuff a lot. And then, you know, we do see him. I think his name is Aqua or something, right? I don't remember. And then we see the sister, I guess, getting out of like a sick bed with the TV screen on behind her, and showing the main girl who we see all over the place in the covers and stuff. Then it shows like all this crazy ass imagery. And is that kind of showing that that's our main character, right? And is this Aqua and Ruby, our main duo? Gotcha. We got Pokemon Ruby and Pokemon Sapphire over here. They're going through some shit. And it looks like he kind of like, is he metamorphosizing? I don't know how to say that word, into someone else. Like he's putting on a face. And is that what that's showing? That the skin, like even his skin is like put on, all that there. He's just like a completely different person. And this is reminding me of a previous opening where we see them watching like home videos, Kafka-esque. Then they're actually seeing her perform. But, you know, this is obviously put on because she seems to be someone who is no longer with us. That's kind of the vibe that all of these openings, endings, whatever it's been for Oshinoko have given me. Like the fact that she's no longer with us. I feel like it was the first ending that really kind of just centered on that sort of thing. Yeah, I guess I don't know if this is being insensitive, but from the way she appears, you know, bald hair and everything, I wonder if she has some sort of cancer or sickness that's really just like bedridden her, or, you know, caused her to have to go through like some sort of therapy. But I don't know if they are even the same person, because it's really confusing me the way we see them younger with these appearances. So I don't actually know if they are the same people or not, because it's really giving me like so many different ideas throughout. But it's really, really fun opening, and I love the sound. I love the energy in the song, and the visuals as well are, oh, there it is. That's what I wanted to pause it on. This shot right here. She's adorable as hell. What the hell? With all the hearts behind her. I guess the question I have now for the series is, so they're reaching out for who I presume is their mother, and that's why they have like these eyes. She had the 2-star eyes, and they each have 1-star eye, so maybe representing that they are her children. And I wonder then if, because they're reaching out for her fate was like pretty sad, like what she went through or what happened to her was, you know, something that they feel like they want to stop, they want to help her, but obviously it's too late because, you know, the past is the past. I don't think this series is one that deals with time travel. Maybe it is, who knows? But it just looks like they're reaching out for something, and it does look like it's a pretty tragic tale almost. And I think it's really cool that their eyes reflect one another. His star eye is his right eye and hers is her left eye, showcasing all the characters and everything, and really just making it seem like this really fun series where they go through a lot, but like it's played in a fun way, is really just ominous, especially then when we see her sitting in the crowd. I don't know if this is literal or if this is kind of just showing like, you know, a case of like she's watching on, she's always watching them, you know, from wherever she happens to be. Because yeah, this opening really just gave me a lot of questions, and I don't really know how to interpret a lot of what I saw, but I really dug this opening. I really liked it a lot. And Oshinoko, you are an absolute animal, you are a beast, and I really just want to know what the hell this is about, what the hidden layers are, the deeper layers, because this looks like an absolute wild ride, incredible, insane, and it's fatal real AI, it's fatal and it's fatal I cry. Okay. I guess there's a lot of rhyming in this opening. Letting out my past regrets that never seem to leave. You've given me scars, fatally flawed and on guard, with a terrible star, wretched and brutally dark. I wonder if this is a song about them singing to their dead mother and the lyrics kind of represent the feelings that they feel and what they go through. And I don't know, maybe, perhaps. That's what it's making me think anyway. But yeah, what a badass opening. What a really great opening. Like the work that they did. It's so good. It's a really great opening. The track, the visuals, everything is chef's kiss. And yeah, I think now I am ready to move on to the last opening. A great follow-up to a big all-timer like Idol. Those were big shoes to fill, and visually you think this one blows that one out of the water. Yeah, this one, the visuals in this one are insane. I agree with that. In terms of the song, I don't know. Idol is huge. This one, with a few more listens, maybe I would be able to have an opinion, I guess. But I feel like the visuals in this one felt more like a follow-up to the ending, the first ending for Oshinoko, if that makes sense. Like the kind of darkness, like it looks really dull and dreary, and everything that is kind of showing on screens and stuff, it feels like a spiritual follow-up, not spiritual because it's literally the same series, but a successor to that ending, I guess. But yeah, on to opening number 15, the final opening for this video. If you guys are enjoying, please feel free to leave a like, subscribe, comment letting me know your favorite opening from this set, and any that you're surprised weren't here, and I will be sure to maybe check them out in the future. Ring the bell if you want to be notified when I post the next video, which will hopefully be the 2024 ending video, so you can check that out. I will probably be checking out this series second ending during that as well, and some others that you saw today. And yeah, with that said, I'm now ready to dive into the next opening, the final opening for this video, opening number 15. Let's see what we get. I'm really excited. I wonder what the last opening could be. I'm gonna guess it's Orb. Alright, so here we go. Opening number 15. Okay. Orb on the movements of the earth. Oh shit. I really like the almost simplicity of this song with the piano. And just like, it's not like an electric guitar. Oh shit, what happened to bro? It is beautiful. It's very much reminding me of Vinland Saga. Not the cherry. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh god, is he not a good guy? What is happening? What is... Oh, magic. It's over! That just ended so abruptly. This is Orb on the Movements of the Earth, released in fall 2024 by Madhouse. Holy shit. Directed by Kenichi Shimizu, Parasite, scripted by Shingo Irie, episodes of Kingdom and Golden Kamui, character designs by Masanori Shino, JoJo's Part 6, what am I doing? Black Lagoon, music by Kensuke Ushio, holy shit, at the request of the manga author apparently, hell yeah, love that, and based on the manga by Uto. How do I pronounce that? Uto is the best I'm gonna get there. Apologies, I'm not trying to offend anyone or upset anyone. I just don't know how to pronounce U-O together. The song is Kaiju by Sakanaction. Sakanaction? You're on your own there, yeah. In 15th century Poland, the church is working overtime to stamp out heretical ideas among the people. Despite the public threat of burning at the stake, one notion that keeps finding new adherents is none other than heliocentrism. Child prodigy Rafal is on the fast track to studying theology at university until he becomes acquainted with a man that sparks his interest in this blasphemous theory of astronomy, all while the persecuting eyes of the religious authorities draw uncomfortably near. So, funnily enough, like I was gathering the kind of religious themes from this. You know, we do see a lot of that throughout, but two series that this was reminding me of, one I did talk about, Vinland Saga, you know, Knut's whole like religious tirade, and some of the lighting effects and some of the framing styles that they use in this opening really reminded me of Vinland Saga. And another series is Girl from the Other Side, you know, the whole aspects of the look of the houses and everything like that, and kind of like a European look. It's making me think of like that village town kind of look of Girl from the Other Side, though I know it's not really comparable whatsoever in terms of anything like that, besides, you know, maybe there's some religious themes in terms of, you know, blasphemy, just stuff like that. This is huge Vinland Saga written all over it, really. In your opinion, this is a real dark horse contender for anime of the season, perhaps even anime of the year. Holy shit. Now, of course, a historical drama is obviously going to pique your interest, but nonetheless, you feel like it stands on its own as a well executed drama. There's been several episodes where you've audibly exclaimed expletives when the ending would pop up to signal the episode was over, which in your mind is always a good sign. Also, another series that's 24 episodes, so it will run into next year. Oh, so this is currently still airing. So this is the free run of 2024, even though free run was also airing in 2024. Did Madhouse also do free run? And they were doing this as well? That's insane. This is also kind of your favorite anime airing right now. Also Madhouse, yes, that's wild. So Madhouse right now is just ripping it apart. Like, they are just on an absolute tear. Holy shit. Madhouse with Orb and Freerun just in their pocket right now, as well as who knows what else. Like, what else does Madhouse have planned for 2025? Do you know, Pinecino? Because that's going to be the next big anime. The next best anime, I guess. The visual look of this opening was beautiful. I loved that we spent like how long, like almost 30 seconds just focused on this main character. I guess this is Rafal, our main character. Apparently a breakdancing series. Hell yeah, that's it. That's the next best thing. And then, you know, it's showing him kind of just experiencing the beauty of the world, and then, you know, we get to see several things that are round, that are turning, eyeballs, this like little wooden earth, I guess, and then we see an actual globe. The anime does look really interesting to me. I think this is going to be what, for me, what Heavenly Delusion was last year, where it's piqued my interest at the very like the top. It's definitely like the one that out of everything that I've seen so far, because I've known nothing about it and this is kind of me learning about it, it's definitely piqued my interest. The comparisons to Vinland Saga, you know, one of the best series of recent years, knowing that it's a kind of historical setting within Europe is really interesting as well. The themes and what it actually tackles as well is really interesting, and I think that this could be definitely, if you're also saying that this is a dark horse contender for anime of the year, Pinecino, yeah, I think that, you know, this is definitely one that I will want to check out eventually. And the imagery within this was beautiful. It didn't really do a whole lot visually, but the lighting is beautiful. The way it showcases characters, like this, I want to say guy, but this could be a girl as well. And I've been wrong all day, but this guy right here with the bald patch on top of his head and the eye patch as well. This person on the left, very Eren Yeager in terms of hairstyle, but also like they look like they haven't slept. They look like they're kind of worried and they're just doing their thing. It's a guy, okay. Despite the Western setting, your feed is flooded with Japanese fan art and almost no one in the West talking about it. Interesting, really. Because I have had like a few, I think, comments recommending checking out this opening. So that's really interesting. Voiced by Yuichi Nakamura, actually. Shit. I think that the whole premise of this series is really interesting to me. I absolutely adored the song in this. It was so nice hearing just a simple track with a piano and like this like real, I don't know, not distorted, but like an electric guitar just like ringing through. It's right here. You start to hear the guitar. It's really refreshing considering everything else we checked out today, which had a lot of high energy intensity to it and, you know, a lot of like real cool bangers. But this one is one that really just took its time to draw you in and get you interested. And the opening itself is definitely one that really just grabs your attention, because it's the piano is just like, it's fun. It's really like that little like it's repeating over and over again, so you know you get to grow used to it, I guess, and you get to be familiar with the track. Ushio doing medieval beats in the series is also great, in contrast to the more modern sound of DANdism that was airing at the same time. Yeah, that's wild. Ushio is honestly the GOAT. Like, I don't know, I know I'm very new to this, but Ushio is probably my favorite composer within anime, and every time I hear that Ushio has done work on a series, that's a another huge draw for me. He is so good. Like, his work in Devilman Crybaby was, that shit blew me away. His work on DANdism was absolutely bonkers. And yeah, I can only imagine what he did in a medieval setting. That's really, really curious. The characters as well, look, I love their looks. They have a really unique look to them. He looks like no character I've seen before. I guess maybe that's because it's a European setting, so they're kind of doing European kind of designs. I really did love this a lot. It does, like I said already, it does remind me a lot of Vinland Saga, and that's only a good thing. That is an absolute incredible thing. And yeah, there's not really a whole lot to learn from this opening. I did love this section right here where things are kicking up. This section right here, that's so good. And the animation alongside it, like, let's look at that again. It's so fluid. I love that shit. The way the fabrics are moving, the way the wind is kind of blowing it all, and the way they're just drawing their swords so smoothly. It's reminding me of something else. I can't quite think of what it is, but it's reminding me of like another opening that I've seen. The guy with the sword, goddamn. Yeah, it's reminding me of something that I'm not able to think of, like that fluidity, and it's so cool to see. I don't know why bro is vomiting over here, but I can only imagine it's not for good reasons. And then seeing him in this kind of burning building, I was like, huh, I wonder if he's actually like this is very Sephiroth right here. Osama ranking maybe? Oh, wait, the fluidity. Oh shit, yeah, no, you're right. That fluidity right there is actually very, very ranking of kings. You're right. That is a great pull. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, I think that is 100% what it's reminding me of. Holy shit. Yeah, that was a great pull. He looks very villainous here, and he definitely looks very Sephiroth, and I don't know what to make of that because the context of that scene in Final Fantasy VII is not a good one. These coins covered in blood? Ooh, that's not good. Blood money, holy shit. Then seeing him holding this little round orb wooden thing, and then he opens his hand and it's gone. I don't know if that's related to the concept of the series where they have to hide this stuff or they will be literally killed at the stake, or what it's about. This was an absolutely incredible one, a great one to end on, and I think I'm ready to wrap this video up. We've been recording for almost 5 hours. This was a really fun video to record. If I was to name some favorites from 2024, obviously I'm going to throw up stuff like DANdism. That's probably my personal favorite opening of the year, but that's because of the attachment I have to DANdism. Other great ones, you know, that Bleach opening was an absolute banger. That Bleach opening was insane. Mashle opening as well. Huge opening, great opening. Other ones that I loved, I really did like the Ranger Reject opening. It was a lot of fun, and this one as well. Yeah, the blue box one was really great. Windbreaker was amazing. I will maybe make a comment down below, like I will comment my favorite openings from this year that I checked out, and you guys can comment underneath that with your personal favorites. Maybe leave a top 5. I'd love to know your top 5 openings of this year because there are so many huge, amazing openings. And yeah, I will be signing off on this one. You guys are amazing. Thank you for the support as always. I will be back with more. I will be back with the 2024 ending video, which will be coming very soon. And if you guys enjoy, please ring the bell so that you can be notified when I post that video. Like, subscribe, and comment, letting me know, as I said, your favorite 5 from this the year that was 2024. Forgive me. And yeah, I will be back for sure. As always, I hope you're having a great day. I hope that you're able to take it easy, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.